Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Glassbreakers Guild, and welcome to the players taking credit for each other's handiwork. So we're having a discussion, and it might have gotten a little heated, but you know that happens. So we are so very glad to have you guys here in chat, watching us as we play our D&D game. We are so very happy that you are here, and we are about ready to get started. Just a few real quick announcements as per usual when we start our streams. We do have our YouTube channel, and somehow that got moved all the way up into my face. But we do have our YouTube channel. All of the video content that we produce does wind up on our YouTube channel, so do be sure you go check that out. While you're there, if you'll hit the like and subscribe and the little bell icon, you will always be aware of when new content goes up there. We do post our full session videos. We also post one-shots that get done on occasion when we don't have our full crew available. We have a couple of other side series that happen very, very sporadically. One of those is Cover Your Assets, where we create custom content for 5th edition. Haven't posted one of those in a while. And Danny is doing another once a month campaign, online only for some players, and those sessions will probably wind up in their own playlist as well if you want to check those out. So that's our YouTube channel. We do also run our Discord server, and again, that's right over my face, so yay. Apparently, I've got to look at a few things. But our Discord server is a good place to go for all of the pertinent news, scheduling-wise, etc., etc. If we have anything worthwhile that you guys need to know about, we will post it on the Discord server. Occasionally we do have to shift the schedule around, and when we do, that's our venue of choice for making those announcements. There's a couple of sections there. There's one for this stream. There's one for Curie's creative streaming. There's a section that we call the Hagsmaster, which is our in-game area, so characters from any system can get together and play together. So you can always go and check all of that out. One final little bit of business. We are going to send a shout out to panstreams.co.uk. They are graciously providing sound effects for Stephen.
That's my name.
That's his name. They are graciously providing sound effects for Stephen for his spellcasting when it comes up. Hasn't all that often, but they are. We are ever so grateful for that. Anybody else have anything that needs to be announced at the top of the show? No?
Maybe not an announcement, but goodness, these are good.
We will share that in just a second. But in the meantime...
I forget what the brand of this is.
So, chocolate really truffles. So
they're really good.
They are really, really good. They are really, really messy. I have chocolate on my fingers now.
They're so good.
Here, I'll see if I can see the brand.
And now...
Snacks!
No, I have not.
My shirt hasn't come in yet.
Oh.
Thank you, Poser. So who would like to do the recap?
Probably.
Oh, okay.
Probably.
We all.
I think I took.
Oh, sorry. No, I was saying probably about the chocolate.
So you wanted to...
I think both of us
Oh,
took
it's
good.
good.
I
It's right
can.
here.
Go for
Okay,
it.
go for
Oh,
it.
there you go. Duck
It's
Mills.
been a minute.
And
Sponsor
that's-
Alright,
Please.
so we left off, our last session. We were still in the cavern. We were in the middle of the chamber, where we had found Kendai, and defeated all the kobold. Captured one of the kobolds. One of them was unconscious. Kendai is still floating in the air, but we have her. We have like a discussion about what to do with the unconscious kobold. Alma informs us of the door that he found, and we decided to check it out. Some of us go. We find a chest with some stuff in it. We take the stuff.
Yes, we do.
We take the stuff, yeah. Well, more about that later. We sneak past the scorpion without...
Chocolate.
Lance has decided that chocolate in close proximity is
Stay away from
a
me.
bad thing.
He's already on his fourth.
We are able to sneak past the scorpion. It does not notice us. We get back to the cave entrance, meet up with the rest of the group who is there. We start talking to the kobold. Milo is speaking Draconic, we guess. This
Whatever
is
that
like a
is.
new thing.
Whatever that thing is, yeah.
Whatever, yeah.
Made up words.
Made up words, yeah. Alma used a spell to be able to also communicate. There's a lot of confusing things that the kobold says. First, he's like talking about Milo being one of 4 different touch beings. There's like a lot of numbers, like the first and the second and the third and the fourth. I don't know. There's 4 of them.
And 2 and...
Chipper did it.
There was a lot.
I start to glow. Oh yeah, his eyes start to glow. Simi punches him, knocks him out.
There's a few of those.
Yeah, yeah.
Recurring theme.
We bed down for the night and take watches. First watch, nothing much happens.
How much happens that night, does it?
No, not really. Simi, well,
Yeah.
I mean, some of us had some things happen. Simi and Cabbage discuss things like religion and magic and second watch.
God,
I mean,
oh my gosh!
Why, hello.
We have a Nova!
Nova in the house.
Braden was our last player who did not know that Nova has returned to us.
I'm not ready.
Oh boy.
Thank you for the speech.
Thanks!
Thanks, Steve.
Thank you, Stephen. Alright, go ahead.
You were saying?
Yeah, I was saying, Mizu.
Oh, these are the good ones.
Oh, I don't think anything happened on second watch because I didn't write any notes, so obviously nothing important happened. Clearly nothing important happened. I don't know. Anyway, I'm not really sure what happened. It doesn't matter. Third watch.
See you again, Nate.
Give me that.
So, Mizu is identifying the things in the the things that they found in the chest. They totally missed a crystal. It was pretty similar, I guess, but not without. There wasn't liquid in it, like Milo's crystal that he has.
Mhm.
So maybe it used to be liquid, but it's not now. We're not. Mizu isn't sure.
There are questions.
There's a lot of questions. Anyway, we found that. So, it's a weird magic that Mizu isn't even sure about. So, Fabricia has been eyeing Mizu,
I'll hold
and
this if you
her friend, like seems amused at something, and Mizu asks about it. Like she asks if like she doesn't pick up on like that she. Anyway, she doesn't pick up on it, but she's like, if you need to tell me anything, you can. She just extends the invitation, and in that moment, Fabricia leans forward and kisses Mizu. And then, and then
Then
runs
ran away.
off. And then runs off, as one does.
Was it consensual?
I mean,
Mizu. I mean, it was just like
It hasn't
a
come
quick-
up yet.
Yeah. We haven't gone that far yet.
We haven't had law enforcement around.
Yeah, we haven't gone that far. Anyway, so she runs off. Mizu tries to follow her, but she didn't. She wasn't able to find her because she knows where she's going and things. Anyway, so some more things about the kobolds. After we wake up, we talk to the kobold more. This is what I have. I don't think this is all of it. 2 will fight for the 3rd. 4 shall something the 4th. 4 make the 1 and the 1 and the 1 and some other things. I don't know. I didn't get all of it.
Juggling around.
Two will
Somebody
fight
was
for the
dictating
third,
and they have the
and
stutter.
4 shall
Yep.
channel
And the 1 and the
4.
1 and the 1 and the 1.
The 4 make
gotta
the
tick.
1,
It's
and the 1 and the 1 drive all.
that would be interesting.
Power lies there,
One
ready
and
to
the one
and the
serve
one.
and ready to consume. Yes.
All right.
And the 4 ones. So this is
Milo examines the crystal that Mizu identified. Milo and Alma continuing interrogating the kobold, asking them about the 1 and the 4 together.
We didn't get far.
No, we
In my
really
opinion,
didn't.
I rewatched it. It was just like we didn't learn much.
Blessed by the one who is 4, you have been touched by the 3rd, and we seek the 2nd. There's like we sort of get a number of what kobolds came with.
That's a lot.
It's a lot. It's
It's a whole
about
lot.
14,000.
14,400. Yes,
400.
that's approximately.
It is more than we prepared for.
As of last kobold census.
Yes, as of last kobold census. Alma takes the kobold away, snaps its neck. Fabricia
Returns.
sees Alma do this, and Alma still has his spell going to detect thoughts, and he hears Fabricia thinking, I can't believe I kissed her. Alma messages Mizu. They have a conversation about, one might imagine what it is about. Fortunes. So we're traveling back toward town. We see Fortunes. Well, we see a stone bridge. And Fortune's Folly is on the river. And there's a bunch of goblins on the bridge. Yeah, and we fight the goblins. Some fire beetles appear. We're able to defeat all the goblins, and that's where we ended.
And Steven is
Yeah.
continuing the pity war.
Oh my god.
I'm in first. Just saying.
Yeah, so
Oh.
that's where we ended. I don't think we
Well
did
done.
anything else.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nope. I think that's pretty
It
much.
was a lot of trying to get information out of the kobold and much confusion.
Yes. Yes. Much confusion.
Much confusion.
Very confused.
Oh, the confusion.
All the confusion.
Wait, how am I back in second?
No idea. So, where we left off,
Yes, please, Chipper.
you guys were standing atop the stone bridge, watching as the Fortune's Folly disappeared around a curve in the river. Alma, make me a perception check.
Perception +4, 22.
22. Right before it disappears around the corner, you see a very sort of familiar floppy hat, very bright, brilliant blue clothes with thread of gold sewn into it, appearing on deck from below. Castian.
How much further do we have until we're back?
I don't know, Keith, how much further do we have till we're back?
If you pressed, probably a couple of days. But it'd be pressing on through the night and booking it pretty hard.
Okay.
Oh.
Would we have seen this? I guess it would probably just be mainly Alma, because
Mainly just Alma, because he's, I mean,
Care.
I've only met the guy once, and it was kind of awkward. So,
It's the story of every meeting you've ever had.
I mean, you're not wrong.
Except for
I do.
hey,
the group that
Kitchupa.
you're currently in.
Yeah,
Yeah.
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 Well, I just assume we just continue our way.
Sure.
Yes.
And Alma's gonna take
Well.
out a book and do some sketching as they walk, because he had some ideas.
So what are we gonna do with your grandmother and Kendai?
Well, I'd assume that they'd go to the secret safe place where they are hiding from the not magic people.
I mean, Kendai technically doesn't have to. But...
I don't know, Kendai.
Oh, that's right.
Grandmama, what would you like to do?
Kendai's not up yet, is she?
Kendai
Kendai's
is, she's awake, but she's very sort of,
Out of
Out of it.
because I did lesson
Mhm.
illustration on it, I think.
I
or
think.
something.
Well, yeah.
Something. I did something. I helped. I
yeah,
helped.
you did help, but
But I
she's
didn't-
still not
yeah.
fully back to herself. Your grandmother kind of pondering for a bit. Might be best to lie low for a while. So I probably need to get her someplace where I can look after her and not have to be worried that soldiers might try and, rearrest me.
Is that guard tower comfortable enough for you too?
It should be. It's a rather large subterranean chamber.
We can, send some more supplies out that way as well.
That would be useful. Whoever laid out the provisions did a fairly decent job.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's get going.
Where do we go?
As we're walking, I'm going to kind of sort of start thinking out loud since this goblin attack has just happened. Okay, so there are 4. Supposedly. There are 4.
Right, but the 4 are actually 1.
But the kobolds were some of the 4.
No.
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 Well, how many...
So, if I understand correctly, there's 4 of these things. I have the second, and the kobolds are looking for the third.
But didn't
No,
they say
you got
that
that
there were
backwards.
No,
4?
you're...
Again?
You're,
Oh,
you're
for
the
heaven's
third.
sakes!
You're number 3, they want number 2.
Okay. Gosh dang it, Keith.
Wait, isn't he no? I think he's number 2.
Right,
No,
he's
no,
number
no.
2, but he
But
was
he
touched by
worshipped
the
or whatever
third,
the third,
and they want
and they
the
want
second.
the second.
Yes.
So many numbers.
Yes. Like I said, much confusion.
Didn't the kobold also say that there were 4 tribes that were dealing with this as well?
No.
No,
Am I making that up?
No.
Huh.
there are different kobolds looking for different parts of these things.
Or not necessarily kobolds. He wouldn't
He
say that
wouldn't
he
say
thought
anything.
about them at all.
I think he very specifically said that he wouldn't talk about the other people.
Yep.
Yes.
I think the goblins are some of the other people.
Why on earth would you think that the goblins are some of the other people?
I can't tell. Are you being sarcastic right now? I'm bad at this.
Why on earth would
Also,
you think that the
what is
goblins
Earth?
are looking for these things?
Because is it just a strange coincidence that all of a sudden things fall from the sky, bringing these weird little, what did they call them? Kobolds?
Kobolds.
Out of nothing. At the same time that all of these goblin attacks have gotten so much worse and the sightings have increased so plentifully.
Well, maybe the goblins are attacking more often because they've had to start fighting the kobolds.
I mean, that's possible.
I have a hard time believing that the goblins, who have been here for ages, just up and decided that they were going to start looking for weird things that fell out of the sky.
To be fair, you weren't part of the conversation.
As we're walking.
You couldn't hear it, but he did say that the third, the second, whichever one they're looking for, has been here for centuries. So it is reasonable to sort of deduce that the goblins could have also been here for centuries in conjunction with the millennia or whatever that these
Well,
things
either way, I'm not too worried about it then, because if they've been here for that long and still haven't been able to find the thing, they're apparently not very good at their job.
I think it's just all kobolds, and that each kobold follows a different faction. Whatever the
We
factions
have
or numbers are.
no way to find out, however.
Correct.
I mean, maybe. I don't know. I'm just throwing some noodles at the wall to see
It
what
could be.
sticks.
Who knows? Who knows what else has fallen out of the sky in the last year?
I think our next thing is to go to your friend's place.
What?
Huh?
You're going to have to be a lot more specific.
The
He does
stone
know
door.
everyone.
Sorry.
Oh, that thing.
I think that would bring us closer to our questions.
Would it?
Maybe. I mean,
Well, I mean, the closer I got to it, it felt like, it felt right because I had. Never mind.
the signals were crossing, and that's why he turned
Yeah.
back into himself.
Yes.
Maybe. Or there was some sort
We're
of
having
like
this conversation without the NPCs hearing us.
no magic. I don't think so.
Yeah, probably not.
Well, so
Yeah, I hate to break it to you, but that ship has already sailed.
It's downriver.
True.
upriver.
It's that way.
It's a way.
I think our next step is to go back to town where I can sleep in my
Well,
bed.
no, yeah, that would
this-
be amazing.
What's our timeline? Is this about the same time I should actually be going back
Bless
to
you.
town, or do I still have a while?
No, you've still got a while.
You've got like another week or so.
I mean, it's interesting in your basement, so that's fine.
That was a sentence that he said.
It is nothing if not interesting.
That was a sentence. That was a sentence.
It's that -1 in charisma, man. It gets me every time. Woohoo! I'm gonna need those inspirations sometime.
Wouldn't you like to know?
Guess we will.
Half elf. He keeps a half elf down there.
I don't judge.
Is that what you call him these days?
Oh,
Half of an elf.
Oh! Whoa!
The real question here is which half?
Bottom?
Or the back half? Or the front half? Or the side half?
Or the elf half?
This is increasingly strange.
So we're walking.
Yes.
so you guys are walking along. For the river is fairly close by, but you guys are not making it faster than the Fortune's Folly. So you guys are not catching up to it. At a certain point, you do start to actually cut across country a little bit and leave the river, heading back towards town. Fabricia is still very, very pointedly sort of keeping to herself mostly. Anytime anyone looks at her crossways, she decides that she needs to scout a little bit further ahead and disappears into the woods, taking her ferrets with her. And every time she does, the little medicine woman just sort of cackles from atop her horse.
Should we be concerned about that sound? That doesn't sound like natural or well.
I ain't gonna tell her, Rip.
What was that?
Sorry, Carmel. I'm not the one to tell her not to.
That's a fair point. I mean,
Do you like practice that, or were you just born with that?
Little bit of A, little bit of B.
Yes.
Yes. The answer is yes.
so we're proud of the cackle.
Well, it goes with the whole ensemble, don't you know, dearie?
I mean, it, as far as cackles go, it is a good
It's
cackle.
a fine cackle. It is. It truly is.
It stood me in good. It stood me good when I needed it to. It cultivates an air of insanity when I need it.
Oh, only when you need it, huh?
There's a little gleam in her eye. She definitely caught that, and she's in on the joke.
I think I like you, but I can't decide. I said that out loud. I'm sorry.
It's okay. I love it when people speak their minds.
Okay. I'll keep that in mind.
So
And she's going to come over to you, and she's going to sort of trace an outline of something on your face.
Huh? Huh?
Yeah. Yeah.
What is it? What is it? What is it? What is it?
There's nothing there.
Spider. It's okay. She got it.
No!
I mean,
Dang it, Alma.
it's your face, so I would expect you wouldn't be the one to know what it was.
I'm guessing Fabricia's still avoiding looking at me.
Oh, very much so.
Do I recognize whatever symbol she just drew on my face?
No.
Oh, okay.
It wasn't really a spider. Sorry.
I just pick something up and toss it. I intentionally miss.
Careful, he's fragile.
Hey.
He's working on it. He's working on
Killian's
it.
not wrong.
I mean, you are correct. Yes, Killian is not wrong. He's fragile. Do you want to spar with me sometime?
No.
Okay. I mean, I would be careful, but
Wait, in game or out of game?
Little A,
Little
little
B.
B.
Yes.
Oh, sure. You have that armor all day.
I'm sorry, Chipper.
By the way,
Nice. It would be very helpful until I could get something higher. Because at the moment my AC is only 15.
yep, it's all day.
Wait,
Until
you
we
need,
take a rest.
You need armor?
Well,
No,
I mean,
I gave
eventually
him
I will need better
+1.
armor. Yes.
Oh, okay.
But it's all day.
But it's
until
going
I
to take a
long
couple
rest,
hundred
at least.
gold to get better medium armor. So. But the boost does help.
Yes, you're welcome.
So you, the group of you sort of march along throughout the day, and
The notes have already been passed.
Oh dear.
reach a clearing that the group of adventurers knows about right about nightfall. You guys set up the camp. If you do go to check on Kendai, she is still in that sort of semi-dazed state
She's
where
still a funk.
she's awake, but she's not aware. She hasn't tried to speak at all, so you're not real sure what's going on, but it's fairly obvious the lights are on, but nobody's home. Not fully. At some point over the course of the day, her floating started to wear off, and
It did when.
I thought it had.
Oh.
Yeah, it did.
Yeah,
It
okay,
did.
it already
did.
had. I'd
That's, when,
forgotten
that's
that
what
part.
happened when we did the lesser restoration.
That's right.
Yes,
That's right.
when
I forgot that
first
part.
cast it, Yeah,
Um,
for sure.
So you guys have actually been having to sort of carry her in a travois then, behind one of the horses. She's, as I say, she's sort of awake but not aware, and that continues through the rest of the day. You sort of bed her down around the campfire, in a spot that you can watch over her easily, and watches are set for the night. Who would like to take first watch?
I'll do it.
Okay.
What watch is Fabricia taking?
Whichever one you're not in.
Looking sort of eavesdropping a little bit, it sounds like her plan is to take third.
Okay, yeah.
You gonna
Okay.
wait for third?
Yeah.
I am
Wait
also
for
gonna
that.
wait for third.
Okay.
Oh.
You are also waiting for third. Okay. So
Yes.
first,
Great.
I'll take first with you.
first with you. Yeah, and you're not taking watch.
I've got alarm up. I don't
Okay.
need to.
All right. So second watch goes unwatched, at least by you guys. There are NPCs who will take second watch. You're taking your watch on the boat.
Yep. All right. How's your perception?
Perfect, because I will be using my pseudo dragons.
Fabulous.
All right.
Oh,
That's 20.
not a natural 20. That's going
I
to be
was
a
gonna
12,
say.
even though I have a +5.
Oh dear.
My perceptions are better now that I have something to look through.
Oh dear. Oh dear. Oh dear. So Simi, what is on your mind for your watch?
Kind of thinking.
Because you are a little distracted.
I am. I'm distracted. I am writing notes here and there, and I am considering Alma at this point in time. Specifically, some of the things that we had talked about on our watch a night ago, when he was concerned about the fact that he got mighty close to dying and thought that he might be a coward and didn't particularly enjoy the pain component of the fight. So she's thinking about that. I am seeming to be distracted, yes.
Indeed.
Yes.
But I'm not giving you the rim shot.
No.
Oh!
Okay.
On the backup drums.
So there is another part of this that has sort of got you a little bit distracted as well. Is there's a little teeny tiny sort of nagging voice, thought, whatever, in the back of your head, that is trying to come to terms with your
Crickets are very loud around here.
cicadas.
2020 meets murder crickets.
Around here, the trees scream.
You are never alone if there are trees.
So it's a sort of train of thought, a line of thought of you exploring justice and what that really means for you.
How you will slowly evolve into Batman.
And you're not 100% sure if it's emanating fully within you or if it's something external, sort of dropping breadcrumbs in your brain.
Is that you? Why'd I get the sassy god?
Oh, come on.
I like it. I'm just kidding.
Where's the god of justice sassy?
Why not?
This is God Judge Judy.
What am I supposed to do with this?
You need to decide what justice means for you.
I mean, you're the god of justice. Shouldn't you be able to tell me?
I could, but where's the fun in that?
To be the law.
So justice is fun for you?
Well, yes.
Huh. Okay.
It's also serious.
I mean,
Why is
that makes more sense. Okay.
But it can be both.
Okay. So, like, while I'm supposed to be watching, you're just hearing this very one-sided conversation. Yeah? I guess
I'm not
that checks
judging.
out.
I talk to random. I have messages for random things as well.
Oh, yeah, that's right. That's right. So you recognize this.
I haven't heard anything in a while, which is scary, but that's fine.
This is funny.
This is
So,
This is all fun.
while this conversation is happening, you're starting to feel a little bit of a. It starts off as a sort of a tight, like your skin is getting tight sensation, and then it starts to get a little itchy, and then it starts to burn a little bit.
Allergies.
No.
And right when you can't stand it anymore, there is a sharp jab, like an ice pick between your eyes.
Ow!
Name 10 cereals.
Your subclass has just changed.
Oh, already.
That was fast.
Yep.
Oh, cool. What'd you take?
I was not prepared for that because I thought it was going to be later, so I don't have my changes written.
That's okay.
Okay.
And as the pain here subsides, you do start to feel across your shoulders where your scars would be visible. There's another sort of prickling sensation.
Don't like that one. Don't like that one.
What do you don't like?
And then it subsides.
Are you okay?
I don't know.
Spooky.
Is there something stuck right here?
No.
No. What?
Become Polly.
Is that you too?
Yep.
Rude. Rude. What was that for?
You'll thank me.
For justice.
Justice! Woman's trouble, am I right? Okay. Well, that's something.
You okay?
Still figuring that part out, but Zoigan says I'll thank him someday.
Oh, him again.
So, character question, do I still switch subclasses if I do the bottle hitting thing?
Yes, for the
Okay.
time being.
Alright.
That's just going to replace your primary one, the first one you took.
Okay. Gotcha. Alright then. I don't know.
And the thing we talked about.
Oh.
Yeah, that's across your shoulders.
Oh.
But you're not aware of it yet.
Wait,
Okay.
so
But yes.
Freaking excuse me?
here, let me
So-
let me explain right Just like that.
Oh, my brain hurts. terrible
per her
sound.
request.
The worst sound.
Cthulhu.
Oh.
Yes, how does Blueberry?
No.
Oh. Uh, huh, okay.
That sounded so moist.
Why? I'm gonna throw things at you, husband.
Glassbreakers Guild. We're gonna make use of this every 5
Where
minutes.
we are going to really break glass right now.
Yep, for sure.
It wasn't me, caution.
This time, I've met you.
Meanwhile, Ingir is making laps around,
And I'm looking through his eyes, just
making laps
meditating.
around the campsite, and he's not seeing anything close by to worry about. There are some.
That means I don't know anything that's happening with you. Okay.
There are some of the local fauna, local wildlife is around, to be expected. He does fly over a little clearing where looks like a herd of elk have bedded down for the night. Not super close, but not too terribly far away either. Thank you. I will make a note of that so that I don't forget.
Should anything happen today?
Should anything happen today.
I
Says
uninspired
like there won't
chipper,
be.
and I'm having a chocolate.
Towards the later part of your watch, he does also come across a small encampment of goblins. They're a couple hours away at most, and they are stopped for the night, just sort of camping. They don't have a fire or anything like that. It looks like a typical goblin camp, like what you would expect. You know, bodies basically sprawled everywhere, sleeping wherever they can on whatever they can. There's one goblin that looks like he probably should be on watch, but isn't.
Okay.
And as Ingir is sort of hovering overhead watching them, you see out of the darkness comes this whole gaggle of kobolds. And in almost complete silence, one of the spellcasters rains rocks and pebbles and dirt and whatever over the top of each one of the sleeping goblins and smothers them.
Man, vicious.
Wow, that was good.
They do have.
And then
a
the
long-standing
kobold raiding
rivalry.
party disappears into the night.
Okay. Well,
And that is first watch.
I'll snap him back and then snap him back.
Okay.
Okay.
So as you come back to yourself, you do make me an insight check real quick. 15. Simi, how's your state of mind right now?
No, it's shit.
Do with that what you will.
So
Then I guess we would have had the conversation of, are you alright?
I'm really not sure. There was a sensation on my forehead where the lady drew a thing that nobody else saw apparently, and there was a needle in my brain, and all of a sudden there was like a burning across my scars, and I just that was a lot. That was a lot.
Okay. They're there. I don't know what to do in that sort of situation.
You're
Well, you're helpful.
You're a about as good at this kind of thing as Adrian was.
Well, to be fair, I never had to care about other people before, but I'm trying to work on that.
Wow.
A mood.
You're a good man. You're a good man. At least you're trying.
That's rough, buddy.
That is rough.
I
That's rough, buddy.
That's rough.
Oh, you Sheldon.
You're not far off.
I this makes sense. This is fine. This confirms, I think, maybe a lot of theories, or maybe it doesn't confirm them, but it just adds to the pile of evidence. This is fine. This is fine.
Are you talking to me or to yourself or the universe? Or
All of
Sure.
them.
I'm fine. Everything's fine.
It's all fine. It's all fine.
okay,
How are you?
I guess we'll wake up whoever is on the next watch.
Nobody.
So
Nobody's
it's
on second watch. Everybody's waiting.
so it's
for
none of your group.
Just Alma.
Just the NPCs. So you do pick up you do wake up
He's
the
the only one who knows. at this
you do wake
point.
up the warrior and the bard, and as you're settling in for the evening, you do hear the bard sort of gently strumming upon his lute.
No bagpipe?
No bagpipes, sorry.
As a side note, I forgot to mention this. All I have is a scholar's pack, which I'm using as a pillow, and nothing else.
Oh,
Because I don't know how to camp.
Oh, do you want?
No, the cold doesn't bother me.
Anyway,
I mean, that's fair, but does the discomfort not? Because I mean, it's kind of
Yes.
take this.
If you
It's
didn't,
fine.
What
I
is
was
it?
going to.
It's a bedroll.
Oh.
It's I'll be fine without it.
Oh no, I can continue suffering.
Take the damn bedroll.
Well, if you insist.
I'll be
take
fine
the bedroll.
suffering. Suffering is fine.
Hey, Milo, I like you a lot, but man, you're a passive aggressive little shit, aren't you?
Yes.
At least you're
Respect
aware.
from a royal.
Let bedroll to my inventory.
Okay.
Like my mother.
Wait, are you giving it or are you borrowing it?
so remind me, Lance, what sets off
Alarm.
alarm?
If anything hostile crosses that line, it wakes up everyone in camp.
Okay,
Not from the sky.
not if it moves.
What does that mean?
I mean, so I can kind of define like what I want to trigger it. So
Okay,
like,
so you have defined it for anything hostile crossing the lines.
yeah.
Okay, just
Yep.
making sure.
Does that include falling eggs?
I don't think those are hostile.
Don't tell me
We
that.
haven't decided
I
yet.
don't know.
We haven't decided yet.
Don't tell me that. I haven't had a short rest or anything. I don't have anything.
I was gonna say a thing. I am going to have a large drink before I pass out.
Make me a Constitution save.
Gladly. Let's see if this one's a 7-2. No, that one's not bad. That's 15. It's not great, but it's not.
Nightcap.
It's not great, but it's you're pleasantly warm. Not enough to flip, but pleasantly warm.
First non-7 I rolled tonight. I'll take it.
So all of you are deep asleep on second watch.
At least it'll be the NPCs.
So none of you are awake for the deep rumbling.
Earth-shattering kaboom!
None of you are awake for the deep rumbling that starts somewhere. It's hard to pinpoint because it's that low sort of infrasound thing. And so that passes by sort of virtually unnoticed by everyone.
Oh dear.
What is noticed and what will literally shake all of you awake is when the ground jolts and then back and forth and rumbles and shakes and bounces and starts to feel like water almost before it subsides. And it's several long seconds that is happening.
You know, I hate to ask, is that normal? Hello? Alright, sound off who's not dead.
I'm pretty sure I'm not dead. I'm not dead, right? Wait, I don't know, honestly, but I'm here.
Simi's not dead.
Okay.
Okay, there you go then.
Also, I'm not. If that wasn't clear,
Are you sure?
no.
Killian did not wake up.
Should I roll? Or it probably wakes
I'm
me
a
up.
jumpy enough person that I
It
would have
probably
woken
wakes me up.
up.
Okay.
It'd probably wake me up. What just happened?
I was gonna ask you
I
guys.
felt the earth move under my feet. I'm sorry.
I mean, I've heard of these things happening. But
These things do happen.
these things do
These
happen.
things do not happen.
Peasants.
This thing does not happen.
It's one of
That's
those
very
things that just
convincing.
happens in the night.
But why?
I'm gonna get up and start looking around then to see if anything weird is amiss.
Killian. I'm going back to bed.
Same.
I'll look.
So around the campsite, it does look like some of the older, frailer trees, things that were a little sickly to start with, have split and crashed over. Thankfully, none of them were close enough to the camp to make any difference, any headway, or do any damage on the campsite itself. Looking around, it's hard to see if there's anything too terribly out of the ordinary. Make me a perception check real quick.
Except that giant kobold over there.
17?
17. It's hard to know for sure because you weren't really paying attention. But you think maybe one of the taller peaks to the south might be a little bit shorter than it was in relation to its neighbors.
Is that
Why?
close by to where we had seen the, like, is that
Landslide?
close to the
Not exactly,
dwarf
no.
thing?
No, it's not near that.
My
no.
geography is not that great in this world yet.
Is it from the direction
It
we came
doesn't-
from?
So it looks like maybe this peak here is a little bit shorter.
It's fine. We live near a fault line. It's just one of those things.
Would this jolly be enough for me to notice?
We're coming to that. Give me a sec.
You are on top of the mountain.
Oh!
You
Not
caused it.
anymore.
You caused it.
I've slipped.
You caused an earthquake when you fell? Man, you need to lose some weight.
Oof. So
Thick.
yeah, I mean that's pretty much all you see.
I guess I go back to sleep then. He said that the red container was mesmerizing, so I was man away.
Meanwhile, on the Fortune's Folly, you have
The river runs backwards.
you have finished the night as you have become accustomed at this point.
3 stars.
The team or the crew finds a quiet spot to pull off to the side and tie up for the night. They throw a gangplank out so that anyone that wants to go ashore can, mainly to gather materials and and stuff like that to supplement the foodstuffs they brought with them. But by the time second watch rolls around, everyone is back aboard the boat. The gangplank has been pulled up. Watches are set just to keep an eye out for anything that might try to come upon them in the night. There are still scorch marks from the day's travel, where those goblins and those blasted fire-breathing bugs attacked the ship.
Was it a dragon?
There was a drag. Well, there was something.
There was something flying.
There was
around.
something
Yeah.
really weird. You're not real sure what it
It was
was.
a giant lizard.
Giant lizard with wings and a scorpion tail, and it was breathing frost, ice. It didn't look like it was attacking the boat, except when it used its breath to try and put out the fires. It mainly looked like it was trying to go after the bugs.
Maybe you need to cut back on the drinking, man.
Yeah. There was something in that usquai that it was bad.
Well, you know, sailors. They got the good stuff.
Apparently so.
Um,
They went all the way to choke for that.
so you guys, so you're up on deck because it's a little bit, it's a little bit stuffy below decks, but it's a little bit brisk above. Between the two, you'd rather have the brisk. So you're up on deck, and you start to hear this sort of dull rumbling, and it's very, very low pitched. It's hard to identify where it's coming from. When you do, you realize that it's sort of transmitting up through the keel of the boat to the bottom of your feet before it fades out entirely.
But nothing major.
Nothing major, nothing you can really see.
Just slight feel.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And then less than a minute later, you see the trees on the bank whip back and forth. And the water around the boat starts to slosh. And then the river starts running backwards.
Told you.
And it lifts the Fortune's Folly up on the crest of the wave and slams it down on the bank. And you hear a great cracking from beneath your feet.
Sounds like Natalie's out of a job.
Well, no
And
warning
But we work for the Killian
Then the
Mercenary
mast.
Company now, so
Then the mast starts to crack
Yeah.
and tumbles over. And I need you to make a dex save.
Nat 20.
First roll of the game, man.
Wow.
Jeez.
Wow. I'm going to have to check that. No, I'm kidding.
It is, it is.
Wow.
It really was.
So
we're
you
better
It
for
Yeah, I'm glad
you.
they work for you.
so you sort of
For you.
you see the mast coming straight at you. You step up on the railing, fling yourself out of the way, and somersault to the other side of the boat. As it crashes down, breaks as it hits the rail, and the top half of it dips down into the river.
Okay.
It's fine, we can fix
The
that.
rigging is ruined. The ship itself, the keel looks like it's broken because the whole deck is has got a lump in it.
Yeah.
It's not been good. It's not good.
Okay.
We can fix that.
We can fix it. We can fix it. It's still good. It's still
The
good.
ship crew, are they able to get out?
Yeah, most of them are able to get out. The captain has the cabin in the back. He sort of comes sloshing out of his cabin. The windows on the stern are dipping low enough that the water that is still sort of roiling and sloshing around it is splashing up into it. Most of the rest of the crew bunk up in the fore, and that is lying up on the beach.
Okay.
So there's no threat of them drowning there.
See, care for others. I'm trying to be good.
For now.
You've had all of 5 minutes.
Yep.
You're doing all right so far.
Ugh. Ugh. Lord Eric is gonna kill me. What in bloody hell was that?
There you
It just came out of nowhere.
go.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I've never seen the like. Is that bloody river flowing backwards?
Yes, it is.
Oy. All right, let's get what we can, pack what we can. We're hoofing it from here, lads.
Cover.
Perhaps we should make
Act of God,
and
sorry.
set for foot in the morning.
Gods.
When we
Act of
see.
God.
Aye, that's probably not a bad idea.
I will go get some firewood and make a fire for us.
Well, you don't have to go too far, lad. You've got an axe, right?
Lots of kindling.
What are you?
I am elf. Elf rogue.
Okay.
I was about to say, that was very nondescript.
I mean, I was like, all right, keep your secrets.
Fine.
I haven't talked to you yet, so you don't know.
Oh,
That's
secrets.
true.
Yeah.
But
So
you don't even know.
Not allowed
You
to
don't
know.
even know. Yeah, you have no
so
idea.
make me a survival check.
Survival. 20. 13.
13.
Yes.
You pull a little bit of wood out of the boat, and you find some sticks, some kindling. The fire you put together is not super impressive. You turn around, and one of the sailors has built this, like, almost bonfire, like 10 paces away from you. I did it better.
Uh-huh.
And so
As long as the job got done.
the job did get done, and you and the rest of the crew sort of finish off the night. Graybeard is still, roll me an insight check real quick.
Insight.
See if you can tell if he's sad.
15.
15? Graybeard is being very stoic, but there's definitely a set to his shoulders that tells you that he's very, very upset by the loss of the Fortune's Folly.
There.
Wow, you're as good at that as he is.
You and Milo have learned compassion from the same place, clearly.
Apparently.
Don't worry, Captain. We'll find out what happened. Do you have a? Is the boat covered in case of wreckage?
Is there insurance in your world, Keith?
That would be a question for Eric, and
See.
Your grandpa.
we'll see him when we get to town.
He's my grandpa, the kind of man who would pay for insurance.
I
Looks like we're walking
might
home.
need to find a new place to ship out from,
Ooh, I see.
but we'll deal with that. We'll cross that bar when we get to it.
Well, if you need a witness, I'm available.
Oh, wait.
Many thanks, many thanks. Meanwhile, back with the main party,
Back to the ranch.
Hey, Lorraine.
third watch rolls around. Simi is just going to bed.
Oh boy.
All tipsy. Going to bed.
As the rest of you sort of
How we shall see.
are taking your places. Everyone's a little shaken up. But Fabricia is also very sort of nervous. There's a lot of nervous energy, and you're not real sure if it's just because of what just happened with the earthquake, or if it may also be because you're awake as well. So go ahead, before we do anything else, make your perception checks.
Please tell me Alma's gonna play Sha-la-la-la-la Kiss the Girl in the background.
Do you have that prepared on Panhandle?
I do not.
we actually played that at my brother's wedding. So.
That's 23.
23?
Also 23.
You are a very observant bunch. Nicely done.
95.
Probably just as well that Fabricia, because Fabricia is not all that observant right
busy
now.
with other things.
She's
She's
preoccupied. Yes. There are a few other aftershocks in the hours between the start of your watch and dawn breaking. None of them are as big as that first jolt. None of them cause any serious damage. None of them wake anybody else up. But there are definite aftershocks to be felt as the night goes on. Aside from the sounds of crickets, it is actually eerily silent. Birds are not chirping. None of the larger critters you would expect to hear can be heard. Almost as though something has sort of spooked them a little bit.
But crickets are still going?
Crickets are still going. Crickets are done.
Oh, you missed an opportunity there, Lance. You could have said your alarm system is like crickets in jars. So whenever something is near, the crickets stop.
That would have been fantastic.
I love that so much.
Because whenever you're near crickets, when you're trying to find it, it always just be quiet. Be quiet, and it's just like, if I don't make a sound, it can't hear me.
Right. Masuki is gonna talk to Alma for a second. Very quietly. Alma. I'm not sure. I could use your advice.
That's a really dangerous sentence.
Is it?
So much so.
No, not at all.
Can I make
Not at all. I've
insight
just been
check?
told I have to tell people that before I can answer.
For legal
Can I
reasons.
insight check that?
Allegedly.
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 Allegedly. Well, I mean, I don't know who else I would talk to about this.
That's fair. What's up?
Legally, I can't give you financial advice.
No, it's just.
I'm not a doctor.
I mean, I'm not really used to, I guess maybe it's more of a common folk thing, but.
Okay, starting off on a great foot.
Well, I just mean, as in, like, my parents, I mean, I've always, it's been expected that obviously I'll meet with several suitors and then decide on someone. And I mean, obviously all my interactions have been geared toward that. So I don't know what to do. Like, I mean, obviously the thing with
Yeah, no,
took
that's...
me by surprise.
I'm gonna cast message.
Okay.
And just in message, all I'm saying is, now is the time. And I'm going to say, so you've come to the right person. Because I've never been in a relationship, but I've definitely watched lots of them.
Perfect.
I've seen them all crash and burn.
I was about to say, I'd give great advice, but not at the moment.
I feel like
So,
Yeah,
she.
fair.
No,
Fair.
I feel like she wouldn't.
Because yours
really
has gone so well.
Yeah, I feel like she wouldn't. She wouldn't really trust me with this because he also comes from nobility. And
True.
she's like wanting another opinion.
And, he's dead.
Yeah.
So-
And also, yes.
And you're wearing his skin like a suit.
Yes.
I didn't
Okay,
ask
Dwight.
for it.
He's not wearing Milo's skin, he's wearing Adrian's.
Yes, Adrian's skin. Yes.
So, here's the thing. It depends on what you really want. Because there's different scenarios here. Your family is important to you, right?
Yes.
So you have to make a decision. What's more important? Your long-term happiness and potential survivability, because that seems to be in question.
Don't lay it on too thick there, Alma.
Lay it on real thick, Alma. Spread that sucker like jam.
Peanut butter?
Peanut butter.
Sure.
Peanut butter.
If you want something thicker. Anyway.
Yes.
This is
Yep,
getting
phrasing.
real deep here, guys.
Yes.
So you have to decide. If you're more worried about your happiness, then you need to really look into the person themselves and not just what it means to your family. I
Wait.
personally, if you want my opinion, I
mean-
think that...
Which I guess
Wait,
maybe-
wait, wait, wait. Go back. Go back.
Sorry,
We're gonna have to
sorry.
cover this again.
Sorry, let me go back. That's a dangerous thing to ask.
Wait. I mean, like, the happiness is like a thing that's supposed to
That's
be.
an option. I wish I could give you an inspiration for that.
Oh, I can still. Yes.
You
Oh,
deserve...
Mizuki.
You deserve to
Playing
be
it
happy.
well, though.
I mean, I am happy. I have my friends.
But will you?
I made my love.
If you accept this offer of marriage, you're not going to be here much anymore, will you? Is that even going to be an option for you?
That is probably not as likely that I would be here.
So what I'm saying is that my personal opinion is this. You should do what makes you happy. And if you're going to be in a relationship, I think it should be one that makes you happy. Because relationships can do that for people. But they can also do the opposite. I've definitely seen plenty of marriages and relationships where people stayed in them because it was expected of them, or because they didn't know what else to do, or because they felt trapped, and they weren't happy. They made each other not happy.
That makes sense.
Now, I don't know Fabricia super well, but she seems sweet to me. And I think it would be worth getting to know her and seeing if maybe she would make you happy, because I don't think Lars will.
It's not a question of whether Lars will make me happy.
That's what I'm
I
getting
mean,
at, is that I think
but-
it is. Because you have free will. I know that you want to make your family happy, and your family is important. Family is important in general, but
Yes.
if your family doesn't make you happy, if your family's unhappy with you being happy, well, maybe you need a new family.
My family has never made me unhappy.
But if you're doing something specifically for them, if you're getting married and becoming unhappy in your relationship because of them,
I'm
Well-
not seeking happy. I mean, I didn't think about it, I guess. It just...
I'm
like,
saying you
this
should.
is a business thing, really. I mean,
Not really. Because it's more than...
yes, it is.
Your
I mean,
relationship
it's
is more than
all
a
go-
business. I care about you,
Yes.
and I want you to know that relationships are more than business. You're friends with us for more than business. There is, of course, some business involved with your family and mine.
Yes.
There's business involved with you
I
and
mean,
Killian.
I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for my business.
But now you have a choice to make. Look, I'm not saying you have to make choices tonight, but I'm saying it might be worth exploring other options. because I don't think you'll be happy with Lars, and you deserve to be happy.
Thank you, Alma. I will consider your words. I appreciate it.
Now all together. Aww.
Can we play the sappy like back to school?
And
thing?
Yeah. Yeah.
message. Now is the time. Now is the time. Now is the time. So I have a favor to ask, actually.
Yes.
And he pulls out his little notebook where he's been doing some drawings. I was hoping you could make something for me. I would ask Killian normally, but he's always so busy, and I want the work to be finer than what I can do. And he'll show you his drawing. Can you make that? I want two of them.
Absolutely. It will take me a couple hours,
That's fine.
but
I mean,
I can.
I figure
Just
I'll
to
go out
scale,
and
or
not to scale, not that scale, but actually it'll have a scale better on the paper because it'll have a hand around the hilt there.
Okay, yeah.
So it's larger. It's maybe like that long. From hilt to end is probably like that long.
I will need materials, or
He'll
at least metal.
he'll pull out a sack full of gold and just hand you like everything he has. So it's like
I mean, I don't need that much,
Materials
but
and payment.
it's like 17 gold.
it's just whatever. It's just equal to value,
I don't know what that would cost.
but I'm not sure.
is that?
It's
I thought you have to
essentially
have
a
raw,
fancy
don't you just need
dagger.
raw materials?
But
Yeah, so it can be any coins. It can be metal.
go with
It can
coins,
be
okay.
It can be
Melt it
any
down.
coins.
okay,
So it can be metal. It can be like metal parts. It can be coins. But it's supposed to be like equal to the.
So if we gave you, never mind.
I had this idea.
You have a limit, don't you?
Yeah, is it like
you don't,
100 gold
You really don't
pieces?
have a limit.
It takes me an hour.
An
I can
hour.
do it like.
Wait, wasn't there a limit of like it can't cost more than 100 gold?
Yeah, it can't cost more than 100 gold.
Right.
It has
I
to be
can't
less than
imagine
100 gold
this
pieces.
would, except for the quality of work.
It has
So
to
if we
contain
gave her a
metal.
pound of flesh, could she
I-
make them
It
out
has-
of flesh?
Ew.
It has to contain metal.
I mean, there's-
metal
Flesh
is-
does contain. Never mind. We're not going
Well,
We're
yes,
not going
okay.
there.
I mean, technically, yes.
How much blood do you need to make
How much
this?
blood do you need to
362.
And this is where our
You need
party turns.
362 bodies to make it one iron sword.
Yes.
Awkward. Anyway,
We will think about that later.
How many kobolds are there?
if you could,
14,000.
if you could make these, I had an idea for something I want to make for Simi that that I think she will enjoy.
Okay, yeah, I can do that for you.
Sweet. I'm gonna go make a quick round about the camp and make sure that everything's quiet still. I'll be back in just a minute.
Could you do me a favor?
Always.
I just have a note. Can you give it to Fabricia? She's been avoiding me, so I don't want.
Look around. Is she around?
Make a perception check.
Now we're passing notes. The end.
Dang it.
Oh.
Oh no! Screw that.
Yay!
You cashing
That
in
was
my
much
DM
better.
inspiration.
15. Yeah. Yeah, I'll try to find her.
Yeah, just if you see her, I guess give it to her.
Okay. I'm gonna walk away messaging the whole time. Now is the time, now is the time, now is the time, now is the time.
Who are you messaging? Me?
No.
Fabricia?
Fabricia? Aw.
So as you're sort of making your rounds around the campsite, you get to a spot that is actually sort of the opposite direction from where you thought she was. And she's kind of leaned back against a tree. And you kind of get a sense that every time you've hit her with a now's the time, now's the time, now's the time, that she has sort of blushed deeply and just kind of shrunk in a little bit on herself, and she is like, she's about that big at this point, and she's just kind of curled in on herself, and she's leaned back against the tree as though she needs it for strength, and the last blush is sort of still fading a little bit. I don't usually fall for pretty faces.
Me neither. Don't worry about
Aw.
Ugh.
it. I think she's a lot more than a pretty face. This is for you, from her. And I'm gonna cast. And I'm gonna cast Eagle's Splendor, so she will have advantage on charisma checks.
Well, when this game ends, maybe tell you something about that.
I'm so afraid I won't know how to talk to her.
Welcome to my life.
She needs a drink.
Don't worry about it.
Also, welcome to my life.
I mean, like, the world's ending, right? So,
Is it?
I mean,
I'm sorry.
you felt
Steve.
that earlier, right? And then there's this whole talk of, like, the 4 and the 1 and the 5 and the 6 and 7 and whatever.
Yeah, what the heck was that about?
I don't know.
Well,
But-
those are numbers.
You've got to know more than I do.
I mean, sort of. I think it has something to do with, like, elder gods or something, but...
Eldritch.
Oy.
But, yeah, it's all above my pay grade anyway. So...
Because he's not even getting paid.
I'm not getting paid for this. Anyway, I think she's nervous. You should go talk to her. She's probably
She-
just as nervous as you are.
She's.
Offer her a drink.
I don't drink. I don't have any alcohol.
Where are you?
Not. I think the answer to that is not a bad boy.
Hey!
What would we do?
I have an idea. And he'll offer a hand. And if she takes it, he'll pull her to her feet.
I am legally required to tell you my idea is a bad one.
And he's gonna pull out his little
I'm
handpan,
intrigued.
and he's gonna play a little bit, and she'll see in front of her a sort of almost like a shadow puppet story, and it'll be there is a girl in a dress who walks past a door and peeks into a doorway, and inside is a baker, and the baker pulls out her loaf of bread and looks, and then they both run away. Or she runs past the door, and the bread falls, and then there's sort of a fair, and they walk past each other, and then there's another scene, and one of the baker is sick and is lying in a bed, and then she stops, and then there's a moment where she's kneeling at the bed, and then they're both in dresses at an altar, and there's someone who's like nodding, and then a kiss, and then this whole thing fades, and she has a bardic inspiration.
Okay.
Go for it. What's the worst that could happen? Another earthquake. The earth opens up underneath us,
That
and you
would be a
didn't
sign.
say anything.
Not real big on subtlety, are you? Something you're gonna need to learn. Just saying.
It has its place. And it's time. Now's not the time for subtlety, though.
I remember being that young. Okay. So she will sort of set her shoulders, stand up straight, and walk into the camp.
Don't worry, I'm on watch. I got it.
On her way past Simi, she's actually going to reach down, grab the bottle, and take a long drink of it.
Hand comes back up.
And the bottle lands back in your hand.
Thank you.
Some liquid courage.
And then she walks over
Helps a lot
and
sometimes.
and sits across the fire from you.
How
we're
long
gonna
has
be
it
here for
been?
this, okay.
How long has it been since
Since what?
A
since
day.
they talked? Just like a few
Nice.
minutes.
Yeah,
Oh,
just
oh, oh.
just a
Gotcha.
just a
Okay.
few minutes.
Um,
Alma was probably gone about 5, maybe 10 minutes
Okay.
before she
Um,
shows up and sort of sits down across from you.
Okay. So she probably waited to start on his weapons. So.
Almost making owl noises in the distance.
So,
Hello.
hi.
This is adorable, Keith.
It's been a while.
I just.
A little bit.
Well, I just wanted to address, since I tried to find you after, but
Get outside.
I couldn't, so I figured I'd give you some time.
Well, let me start by saying I don't normally do stuff like that. I'm real sorry. I normally have a little bit better control
consent.
than that. But I mean, kind of seemed like there was an opening, and I just kind of took it. I'm sorry.
You don't have to apologize. It's perfectly alright.
Is it?
Yeah.
I mean,
It's been a bit.
I'm not.
Alma said you might have a bow. I mean, I don't want to step on toes or anything, but I mean,
Well, mm, so my parents, I have a proposal for marriage, so
do you like him?
I'm not certain yet.
Does he like you?
I don't think he
Uncertain
really
yet.
knows me very well.
It's gonna be a hard no.
Okay.
I mean,
Kill me in 5 minutes
I
if I
mean-
didn't produce a male or female hair.
but it would be a good match.
Sounds like it'd be a terrible match to me.
I mean, as far as my family and my social standing and my business, it would be.
Well, I got nothing because I don't know anything about that. You might have guessed.
It's
I'm more
okay.
at home out here.
I understand that. I mean, I don't really understand that, but I get what you're saying.
I'm loving this, by the way.
I mean, but anyway, you do seem really nice, and I would like to get to know you a little better.
I'd like that.
If you'd like, of course.
I'd like that. Yeah, I think that would be nice. We've been sort of on the road here, and we've been out here for a while, but it'd be nice to have someone talk to. The rest of the guys, they're guys, you know.
Yes,
You know
I
how
do
that
know.
is.
Yes,
Nanny Pepu.
I do know. Yes.
Was there only one guy? Oh,
Fighter in the Bard.
Yeah.
forgot about that.
The word, yeah. Yeah, I get that.
Mm.
Yes, I'm happy to talk to you.
I'm so bad at this.
Bad at what exactly?
Well, this.
Should
You
have
mean
calmed emotions.
Having a
How'd
conversation?
that spell?
Yeah.
I could help if you wanted. I mean, I know a few tips.
Okay. And the rest of the watch passes in much the same way. She does get up, and at one point she does get up and
Alma starts
circle
playing Barry White.
closer to you. She is still maintaining a little bit of a distance sort of between the two of you, so as not to come on too strong. But she does get a little bit closer, and then you spend the rest of the evening having awkward conversation. It is nowhere near as cultured. It is nowhere near as sort of courtly as your conversations with Lars, but there's an honesty to it that is actually kind of appealing. And the rest of the night passes uneventfully. So when the morning breaks, you all get up, police your camp, and start on your way.
Good morning, everyone.
Morning. You're incredibly enthusiastic this morning. This really shouldn't shock me by this point.
I mean, I've been awake for the last 4 hours,
That's
so.
fair. That's fair.
Also, I would probably do both of his.
Okay. So those daggers are going to be 3 gold pieces apiece.
Okay.
The normal daggers 2. So this is a 50% markup
Makes
Yeah.
sense.
for those because they're a little bit more ornate, a little bit
Alright,
more
yeah.
specialized. But you have plenty, so you are easily able to do
the
those.
rituals. Okay, perfect. Yeah.
I may have some more things in the near future, but I have to finish sort of working them out.
Okay.
But thank you.
Let me know. I mean, I'm happy to make anything. And they're exact copies of the
The drawing.
drawings that yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Thank you. They're wonderful. I think she'll like them.
Stephen, just out of curiosity, what form are you in right now?
So
He's
it's the
swallowed
same
boy.
one as usual.
Okay.
So what you've known Alma
In
as
form
for
of
most
a
of this
swallowable
time.
boy.
Just make sure.
Yeah. So he looks 13.
Okay.
If you're thought of changing it,
I mean, I sort of live here. you can't just change.
Well, I mean, you can, but
People look at you funny.
And then pitchforks come
They
out.
in this town? Never mind.
alright, well,
I'll just introduce myself as
somebody else.
so onward then?
Not too terribly long into the march for the day, a couple hours or so. The path you guys are on tops a small rise, and down by the river, you catch sight of the Fortune's Folly, run aground, back broken, mast toppled over, and water flowing around it. The stern is sunk fairly deeply. There is water lapping against the windows and back.
Oh no.
I think you're out of a job, Cabbage.
Are they still there, or have they already left to
Do
walk
we
to
notice
town?
that the river's going the other way?
Make me a perception check real quick.
Nope, that was
I
cocked.
forget. Does anybody remember what I was wearing? Was I doing a traveling clothes thing?
17.
Okay.
17?
Okay. That's gonna be weird. in a
It's not so much that it is
Yeah.
running backwards at this point. It has sort of slacked off and it's not moving at all at the moment. To answer your question, it does appear as though there was a campsite ashore, but it has it's been sort of policed over, and it looks like whoever was there has moved on.
So this may be insensitive, but should we check the boat?
Oh yeah, no, we should totally check the boat.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Why would that be insensitive? We need to make sure that there's nobody injured on board.
Yep.
Hey, Killian,
Yeah.
your grandpa, have you rode the river at all?
Have I?
I don't know. Have you?
Would that have been part of Grandpa's attempted grooming?
No.
Okay.
Because because you're more towards the business side of
Right.
things, not the.
Um,
He's never set foot on a boat.
not
not to work
really.
on.
No.
Okay.
Why?
Well, I was just wondering, is the river supposed to stop here?
No.
What do you mean stop here? Like the fact
Well-
that it's broken?
Well, no, like, and I like point to the part where
No,
like,
the
it
boat's
looks
not
like the
supposed to
water
stop
is like doing something weird. Isn't it supposed to go from all the way up
Yep.
there to the
Yep. It should
east
definitely
and
be
then
moving.
continue going west?
Well, that's fun. The river stopped moving.
I'm not really sure how that works.
Was that because of last night's earth tremor?
Earth moved last night.
Yes.
Oh yes,
You
you
were
were
out cold.
asleep.
For somebody.
Huh.
That mountain's shorter.
What mountain?
Excuse me?
Wait, which mountain's
mountain?
shorter?
That mountain.
Everybody
Clear.
make a perception check.
Me too.
I'm not going to make
Yeah,
one
not
because
you.
I'm not from here.
Not you.
Sorry, everybody was making.
Oh, I
like,
guess
that
I
Yeah,
was
not you.
big
16.
deals, so
16?
22.
22?
I didn't.
Do I make one?
Yeah, go ahead.
he's from
Although
Hogsmeade.
you're not from.
Can I make one since I've
You've used that one
been-
already.
Nope.
Yeah.
I didn't actually use it.
Yes, make it
No, I
at
said that I was going
disadvantage.
to use it. I didn't
Okay.
actually
I'm
use
not
it.
gonna. I'm not from here. I would not
Okay.
know.
That's an 8.
8. So you
16.
you've been out too long. 16.
It was disadvantage.
Because you've been paying attention to the landscape.
Okay.
You catch it. You catch it. You catch it. All three of you. The peak she's pointing at is noticeably shorter.
Huh.
But it looks like in daylight, it looks like one flank of it has slid down, sheared off. So it's not so much that it collapsed in, it's like half of it just sort of slid away down into the valley below it.
It's like a landslide.
Yeah.
Yep.
There was a
Landslide
fault
on
line
a massive scale.
Yes.
Huh.
So the mountains changed.
Yep.
I mean, at least that one did.
Okay,
That's
Probably not
interesting.
good.
and that's what's causing the river to back up.
I wonder, maybe.
Honestly, I don't know.
Man, you were out like a rock.
Yeah.
This all
I
makes
usually sleep like a rock. Or something akin to one, yes.
Well, should we check
Oh,
to see?
If
never
only you
mind.
were a dwarf.
I'm gonna look for injured people in the boat.
Yeah, I guess we'll head down to where the boat is.
Okay.
I'd like to assess the damage to the boat.
Okay.
That's probably smart.
Make an investigation check.
That'd be smart.
All of you guys that are checking for people on the boat, make an investigation check.
I'm gonna have Angier like
Oh, not 20.
start
Nice.
patrolling
Nice.
around,
Natural
see if he
20.
can see anything.
Okay, so
What?
make a roll for him
Nice.
as well.
Nice.
Natural 20 for you too?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Oh, that was 4 4s in a row.
18.
That was 2 4s. 8.
Oof. Okay. So it's a boat.
It's a boat.
It's a
I'm on a boat.
You're on a boat.
on a boat.
Your dragon's flying around. It's a boat. There's water. There's trees. It's nature.
We saw this boat yesterday.
For the rest of you, it becomes fairly apparent fairly quickly that there's nobody left aboard. The cargo has been shifted and thrown. There is water coming in through the break in the hull. So what is in the hold is more or less ruined. The captain's cabin has got water in it up to your knees. Most of what's in there is ruined and waterlogged as well. The crew quarters up front looks like the boat was grabbed in a dog's mouth and just shaken. It's just sort of everything is everywhere. Lots of personal effects. No bodies. Doesn't appear to be any like blood or anything either to indicate injuries. So you're thinking that probably whoever was on board got off safely.
It was a good party.
Is there anything that looks like it would be of super important personal
Is there
value to
any metal?
Anything of
Value.
financial.
Okay, is there any metal at all?
Oh yeah, there would be. There's 2 or 3 daggers that got left behind. Mostly like work knives
Okay.
that the sailors would have
Okay,
for working on
Mizuki
stuff.
will be taking notes.
Okay. There is a smallish coin purse up in the
Okay.
fore where the sailors slept.
Mizuki will
It's
also.
just a few coppers is all it is, but
Doesn't matter.
doesn't matter.
Mizuki will also be taking those.
Okay. Beyond that, there's fittings and metal bits to the boat itself.
Okay.
That helped it do its job. Nails, things like that.
We'll take some of those too.
Okay, so
all the things?
Oh,
do what tools are you proficient with?
Smith's tools.
Smith's tools.
Yes.
Do make me a strength check using your Smith's tools.
Okay. So, it's
So-
proficiency?
So you'll roll your proficiency plus a strength roll.
Okay. Nat 20. So it.
Nice.
Nice. Okay. Let's do.
So that's
Let's
like
do this.
24.
24?
Not
Okay.
that it matters, but not 20. So.
By scrounging around the boat and prying the nails loose that are like poking out and digging some out, and there's some arrowheads that were left from the attack, and just bits and bobs here and there, little fittings that had been torn loose and just lying around. You scrounge up 5 pounds worth of scrap metal.
Ooh, so, not that it's any of my business, but is there a reason you're stripping the ship for parts?
Well, I mean, I can use the metal.
Oh, you can use the metal.
I forget, you don't know that she
Wow.
That's so
I
awesome.
I
Did you
can't help
see-
myself. What are you going to do with all of this metal?
Oh, and so condescending
Did
sounding.
you see what I did for Alma last night?
No.
He was sawing logs, metaphorically.
Well, I mean, while we were on watch, I helped Alma out with a favor.
Alma is in the captain's quarters currently looking for anything of value.
Hey,
Right, so that still
But
doesn't
we-
explain. Now, how high quality is this metal? She's just ripping nails. I'm assuming it's pretty low quality.
Yeah, it's pretty
Like,
low
not
doesn't
quality.
matter.
It's not
It's like
great.
straight
doesn't
iron.
matter.
So,
Yeah.
so this still brings us back around to what are you planning to do with all that metal?
Just, well, I mean, Milo mentioned he needed some weapons.
I did, yes.
Yes. So I
Reminding
figured
So
I
your
could-
plan is to make him weapons out of scrap metal and nails.
In a way.
I'm gonna need some more detail than in a way.
I mean, you know, when we talked about like the
Chinese
god
manufacturing.
blessing, yeah.
Sure.
So I can do this
It's magic.
thing and
Oh, I know what it
like
is.
out
Yeah,
of
just-
pretty much any
I don't need to explain
metal
this. This is magic.
So you think this thing's
and
seaworthy?
make other things out of it.
Be killing and
Right, I
fixing.
can make other things out of it too, but the problem here is you don't want to make things out of that metal.
Oh no, it doesn't really matter because it's because
You know,
it
they
ends
could
up
settle this with a
different
blacksmith off.
With
I
magic.
want to see that.
What do you mean it doesn't matter?
I mean, like it doesn't seem to matter what metal I put into it. Like it still ends up being high quality. I'll pull out. Okay. I'll pull. Let's see. What do I have?
Well,
I don't. Let's see. I'll pull out my bladed fan.
Okay.
I've made a new bladed fan. This I made out of just. I mean, I had some coins, and then I just converted it into this.
What kind of coins?
Oh, just
Copper.
some copper coins.
And what's the bladed fan made of?
I don't know.
Not copper.
Not copper. It is definitely not copper.
Probably steel.
Can I see that for a moment?
Certainly.
Mind blown.
I'm going to take it and see, like, it doesn't look like copper, but does the metal still behave like copper?
Nope.
What does it behave like?
Steel.
his life is a lie.
She's totally
Bring it
just
on for
lying.
you.
I'm gonna
She
hand
is-
it back to you.
My new best friend.
Killian might be going and taking
So-
some levels in cleric.
We're gonna have a discussion about this. Now, what exactly can
Gets
you
down
make?
on one knee.
It seems like I can pretty much make
Anything
anything
under
that-
100.
And
that
how much-
has metal.
And how much time does it take?
Oh, it just takes me like an hour.
And you can take any kind of metal and turn it into anything else that's made of metal.
Yes.
Could you take metal and turn it into other kinds of metal?
I mean, I just.
Do you want the
so,
book
yes.
saying?
Yes, I can. Yes.
What is forged cleric?
Yes.
Is it?
Huh.
I mean, I have been.
That's
I mean,
Xanathar's?
clearly.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I mean, I haven't
Never
tried it
looked into that.
exactly,
Huh.
but I'm assuming it works the same.
Just take tiny bits of copper, turn it into palladium.
So, I might
So
have
you
a
can
business
educate yourself on how it
proposition for
works.
you.
I'm listening.
Yeah.
So, how much do you know about actual blacksmithing that doesn't involve magical god stuff?
A bit.
I just imagine you just stand in front of a hammer, tink, and it's made. It's like, I never get near the forge. I don't need to.
I just have to sit there for an hour with the hammer.
Some of the items I can make are really strong and really light at the same time, but they require some very expensive and rare metals.
Yes.
So if you can turn that into valuable metals that actually have good qualities to them, we could sell things for a very, 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 very good margin.
Yes, here
I'm
is-
intrigued.
Go on.
Go on.
I'll have to draw up some plans, but this has a lot of
It's the
potential.
equal value part that's the catch to that.
Yes, it is the. Yeah. I mean, it's. Yeah.
But hey, even if it's a little bit, you can build it up over time.
Yeah.
It's a lot easier to
It
find 5
must
golds worth
have-
of iron than it is 5 golds worth of platinum.
There you go.
Yes. Yes, it is. Exactly. Exactly.
Now,
so,
and you're sure, like, you could turn anything into anything? Like, you don't have to understand what it is you're, like what are the restrictions here?
well, I can make weapons.
Right.
Any weapons. I just made Alma some daggers
Okay.
that he had drawn.
So, like, do you need to know what you're turning it into? Do you just... How does that work?
Well, yes, I need to know what I'm turning it into.
Okay, so I'll need yes.
Well, I mean, I don't have
Alright.
to have a, like... I don't have to have a replica of it, but I have to know what I'm
Okay, we can work with
turning
this.
it into.
Yeah, this could... There's some wonderful applications for
I
this.
can do, I mean, I can do armor. I can do armor, too. I can do tools. I can do any metal objects. And I mean, even if it doesn't have metal, like my fan, it seems to work.
No, it does
No.
have to have some metal.
It has to
in
have some metal. Oh, well, no, but, I mean, it...
It doesn't have to be all.
It doesn't have
Right.
to be all entirely metal.
Huh.
That's what I was saying.
The rest of us hop off the boat having scoured.
Okay,
By the by, with a 21 investigation check.
it's not going anywhere.
No. What's wrong with it?
The keel is broken. The mast is toppled over. That could probably be replaced, but the fact that the keel is broken...
How much of the keel is broken?
I mean, there's an enormous
Let me
crack
put
in
it to you this way.
Could he
If
fix
I
it?
was going to replace it or fix it with magic, how much do I need to fix and replace?
Don't steal my boat.
Because, like, if it's just a crack, I
Or
can
return
just
it for a large sum
fix
of
that
money.
easy.
Yes.
But do I need to, would I need to, cut some sections out and bring in new sections and
Yeah,
add them
you
to
probably need to bring in new sections. So the hull has actually, I mean, the keel itself is broken, but then the planking along the sides are also snapped. Some of the ribs are twisted out of alignment and broken.
it? Okay.
And it's the equivalent of the frame of your car being twisted by a wreck.
If I was going to guesstimate, how much material would I need to... Because I can use mending to fix most of that, but, if I wanted to take two pieces and mend them together, if I'm missing, if some of the stuff in the middle is splintered all over the place, I'll need to bring in some extra to sort of bridge that gap. How much extra material am I thinking I'd need?
Well, at least a bonfire and a half worth.
Yeah, you're probably in terms of board feet, you're probably looking at 20 or 30 board feet.
How heavily wooded is this area?
I
Are
mean,
you
there
thinking of
there-
repairing it?
I mean
I
there
guess we
there is
could get
lumber
some value out of
around. You do realize the biggest problem is for mending to work, you are going to have to figure out some way to realign the parts of the boat to put it in some semblance of alignment.
Yeah.
And pulling the
Or-
ribs,
Yeah.
from different...
Okay, and anything that's twisted out of place, I'm going to have to just replace wholesale, but...
So having all of us get off the boat.
even let's put it this way, even with your magic, you figure it's probably going to eat up a day to get it in any semblance of
River-worthy.
river-worthy.
So, does anybody here know how to pilot a boat?
Cabbage.
Cabbage wood.
Cabbage wood.
So since Cabbage isn't here, I'll pretend you're Cabbage. for the moment, Keith. Cabbage,
Yeah.
how hard would it be for us to get this boat back to town?
It's
I mean,
beached, my friend.
Well, I mean, it's kind of in two pieces there.
Right, let's pretend that it was fixed.
Well, I've watched Greybeard do it. It didn't look hard,
very dynamics. Good.
but
Because it
but-
takes a whole crew.
right.
How hard would it be for us to be that crew?
Well, I mean, I could show you what to do, but someone will have to steer, and I've always wanted to learn how to steer a boat.
Oh dear.
So have I or the crewmates seen what's going on?
Make me a perception check real quick.
Castian's just out there. When
Plus, I already took out all the nails.
I'm at 20.
Well,
What's
that
that?
means we can
A nat
reuse them.
20.
A nat 20.
True.
As you guys sort of top a rise,
I mean, if they're calling all over the boat, I'm sure they get noticed.
Yeah, so you guys are
They heading back to town?
about a mile and a
Yeah.
half or so further along, and you top a rise and you look back at the wreck of the Fortune's Folly, and as you do, you see that there are forms moving around the wreck. You're far enough away you can't really tell who they are, how many of them there are,
Goblins. for
or
sure.
or anything like that.
Scavengers.
But you can see that there are figures on the boat.
Just became jealous.
Captain!
Right?
So, looking back at the boat, I see this movement on there.
Bloody pirates!
And Cabbage just became pirate.
Just became a pirate.
She'll be so happy.
Ah,
So,
damn
Armed.
scavengers!
Do you want to head back, or should we continue on?
Well,
Half come back, half go on.
Yeah, split the party.
part of me wants to keep on and get reinforcements. Part of me wants to go back and
Unless they have, like,
protect
insurance out on it,
my
because then
employer's
They can, yeah.
stuff for
And
however
they
long
pay
he
us
is
for
my
bringing
employer.
back in
Well, by the time
a
reinforcements get
semi-decent
here,
piece.
they could be gone with everything.
Yes, we're here to steal the wood.
I mean,
Well-
Mizuki did strip it for parts.
I did.
She pulled the nails
I mean-
out.
I don't know who's there, so.
What do you think?
I think I'll go and assassinate a couple of people.
Well,
good luck.
I'm trying to be good.
Oh, Uncle Cassian.
No, I do believe it is our responsibility to protect the property as much as possible.
Right. All right, lads. Double time. Back to the boat.
Uh-oh.
It'll be fine.
We're fine. We're fine, they said.
Yeah, if I recognize you.
I am going to
Oh,
be
I'll
looking
recognize
for
Greg.
anything that looks. It doesn't matter if it's valuable. If it looks like it's deeply personal to anyone,
Okay.
and I'm going to be grabbing anything that looks like that, and then I'm going to write a note out of one of my journal pages and just like stick it on a wall in very plain sight, saying that that anyone who had who had very personal effects that didn't that don't see them here.
Okay.
Should check I am leaving them at the monastery,
Okay.
So-
but didn't want them to get taken by greedy fingers.
Goblins.
So,
Okay.
Sure,
Killian,
goblins.
do you think you
as
can
I
fix
watch
it?
Mizu take
I will.
I'm not taking. The only thing I took was the coins.
So, I'm
I-
pretty...
the copper coins.
I will
really.
get you a list of those items
And then
between
the
games.
scrap metal.
I'm
I
not
didn't
important.
take
I'm pretty
personal
sure it would take
possessions.
us about a day. But I think I can fix it at least enough that we could get it back to town.
Okay. Well, how about we have the adventurers escort your grandmother and Kendai to the dwarf place
That's exactly what I was
while
thinking.
we do this. Then.
And then while we're working on this, Cabbage can hopefully teach us enough to get it back to town.
Was there anything of worth in the captain's quarters?
It was probably money was probably taken.
He's not necessarily looking for money, but especially if there's like letters or things with his handwriting.
Well, there is the logbook. There are various and sundry charts of the river, but they've gotten wet, and the ink has run, and the paper is sort of, or the parchment is waterlogged. Parchment doesn't go bad in water; it just crumples up and has water stains on it. The bedding is mostly drenched and not usable. Let's see how smart he was.
So my brother sent me a thing one time. He works with billing for various apartment buildings, and he sent me a thing that an apartment building submitted one time for a trash request. One of the line items was one mattress soaked.
Oh,
That just reminded me.
99% night, poser.
Good night, poser. There is sort of on the higher side of the cabin where the water hasn't really gotten to it more than just an inch or two on the bottom hem. Looks to be a dress uniform.
Okay.
None of you have ever seen Greybeard wear a dress uniform, but he's got one.
Probably from Lamont Wells or something like that.
And attached to it is actually a fairly ornate leather sword belt. And in the scabbard still is it's a rapier that doesn't really seem like it belongs on a river trader.
Oh, why do I care? I can't use it.
So he's checking the pockets?
Do you tell any of us about that?
No.
Nothing really in the pockets.
Okay. So he's specifically looking for things that might have his handwriting that are still, like, in one piece. Nothing really?
Not really. I mean,
Okay.
the closest you were going to get was the logbook, but it's still starting to soak up the damp.
Okay. Well, that's that.
Anybody else doing anything in particular?
I'm waiting on Killian's
I'm beginning to
command,
come up
'cause I
with
assume-
plans for exactly
Because
what
I
I
assume
need to fix
Killian's going to
this.
have us work, so
Mind
I'm
has been blown.
going to assist him in whatever he needs me to do.
So I'm figuring out, like, okay, in order to fix this, I'm going to need this and this and this, then I'm going to start tasking people, like, you're going to get me this. I need you to make me this. And then I'm
Okay.
going to start
How do I
trying
get
to
that?
put back
Okay, so sourcing wood's not super difficult. It's going to take time to hew timbers out of the wood to be usable. That's relatively low. It's
Low
not.
skill?
It's not particularly skilled labor.
That's your job.
To what?
So that's
You're going to cut down trees.
I am?
Yep, you're going to cut down trees.
How do I do that?
I'm gonna pull an axe out of my bag. You're gonna take this. You're gonna chop down trees.
You have no idea how bad an idea this is.
This is a terrible idea.
No, this is fine.
No.
No,
Yeah, it's
definitely.
I will go with you.
Okay. Can we assume we've sent the NPCs along?
Yeah.
Oh, and I have saws and other stuff because I have carpenter's tools. So I will also equip you with what you need to get me
Should
wood.
have gone with the NPCs.
I will find the smallest looking tree.
okay.
Not, like, the smallest tree. Yeah.
Okay.
And I will attempt to chop down a tree.
Well, hours later.
Are you
With
proficient with
spec.
No.
with axes?
No. Actually, hold on. Is an axe a simple weapon?
Yeah.
Yes.
Let's see.
They are.
Yeah, they are.
Okay. Then yes.
Hand axes are.
It's okay, so it's actually pretty simple. You basically need to take a wedge out on the side that you want it to fall
Alma, I
towards.
haven't done a hard day's work in my life.
Then this is a good thing, but I'm making sure you don't drop a tree on yourself.
Okay, I do. I can't do a hand axe. So okay.
All right.
Chop chop. Oh hey, hold on. That will also depend on another thing, whether or not a hand axe is a finesse weapon.
It is not.
No.
Then it will be at a -2. So it will be a 0.
Make your attack rolls.
Attack rolls.
Attack
In the meantime,
tree.
I am looking for anything in the ship that is not necessarily like furniture or other stuff that I can basically break down and use
Okay.
as parts.
You'll be able to do that
Yeah.
easily enough.
The other thing is, as soon as I'm fairly confident that he has the idea of what he needs to do, Alma is leaving.
Oh no.
Alma is following to try to find.
Would my proficiency
Castian.
be added to it?
What's that?
Would I have so I would have proficiency, right? If I'm proficient with simple weapons, I would add my
Yes.
proficiency. 5.
So
No,
so
you
you
hit it with the sharp edge.
so you swing back, and something about the way you swing forward, you wind up hitting it with the flat of the axe.
God.
I've done
Great
that.
for
That
your
hurts.
Yeah, that's.
Oh.
And he hasn't done this before, so you know he just full on like as hard as he can.
I've seen shadow puppetry, shadow puppet shows. I'll try again. 4.
It's gonna be a long day. So at some point you come out.
An hour later, and
You're breaking stuff down, and you look over and you see Alma is nowhere to be seen. Alma's nowhere to be seen, and Milo has maybe taken about a quarter of an inch off of this trunk.
At this point, I mean, I'm like taking it and I'm trying to like saw with it.
Lucia, do you know how to cut down a tree?
I think I can probably figure it out better than that.
Yeah, go help him and ask him where Alma went.
Okay.
And any specialized stuff, like I'm thinking for the mast, we might need like a pulley or something. Mizuki can make things.
Look, I've
Yes,
already
I can.
made
Again,
a half an
make
inch
it-
through.
Make
Quarter of an inch technically, but I've made a half of an inch
I
through.
was a 17.
make me.
I have a 16, a 17,
just take
and
the
an
accent.
18 without any of my additions.
She
Like-
just takes the accent. Oh.
Brayden, you loosened the jar for her.
Yes! I helped. Please give this
Make
to
me
me.
just make me a straight
You did
intelligence
real
check.
good. You did real good. We're gonna work on a few things. It's okay.
Thank you. Oh, I had it.
25.
No, it's funnier but not using inspiration. It's funnier not using inspiration.
You're still trying to work out how to realign things without building a scaffold around it and a boat, crane to lift things. It's gonna be tough. It's gonna be tough.
But doable.
Doable, but
That's okay.
tough.
Besides cutting down trees, is there anything else you need? How about something I can talk to? Because I'm really good at that.
How does that? Never mind.
That's my only skill.
What is there that would be
Good
fit
at it.
his skill set?
What?
Take a talk to the trees. Tell them to fall down, please.
You're really not sure.
Oh, you could have him source trees that fell down in the earthquake.
He'd have to be strong enough to.
No, but he could find them. I said source them. He could find them.
Fine.
How about you? I don't know. Make us a snack.
You think you can do that?
Cooking.
Okay.
Do you know how to start a fire?
Yes.
You don't, do you?
Magic.
Yeah, I'm not. I'm pretty sure you don't.
No.
So I'm gonna teach you how to start a fire.
You
You
go
just
find
know
somewhere
how
where
to
you're
start
out
a
of our
fire.
way, and you just be there till we're done.
Well, that's really good for the forge thing too.
Actually, I might
Yeah,
have a
exactly.
candle. Hold on.
Oh,
I might have
actually-
matches.
Actually, you should watch
I have
out for goblins. That's what you
Actually,
should do.
Okay.
Actually, that's actually a valid job too.
Hold down the fort.
Nope.
Yeah, you go watch for goblins. The
Okay.
rest of us fix this.
Okay.
Why are we fixing this, Killian?
Because it's worth a lot, and then we can bring it back to town.
Oh, that's fair.
Money.
Kind of forget. Sorry.
And like
That's the world.
it kind of sucked to have your boat get crushed.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah. It-
Way I see it, there's nothing like it. I don't see any way that it's going to look bad if we show back up into town with a fixed boat.
You're not wrong. Yeah. That
Except, like,
checks out.
how did you fix the boat?
I'm very good at my job.
I guess
I'm
then I will
also
have
good at my
Ingir
job.
start patrolling for goblins, and I will attempt to do cooking. Assuming I can start a fire.
We will come back to all of that.
This is how we all die.
Yes.
Milo
My-
in the kitchen.
Hang
My
on, guys.
coddled-
Shh.
The rapier he found, that's not mine, is it?
No.
Okay. just want to make sure
Yes.
because I
My
have my
whole
weapon.
childhood.
Right. No,
Okay.
it's not.
You're like, point of order, I did not leave my weapons.
Yeah. Specifically that one.
So you head off the direction that you think.
Yeah, I mean, generally towards town, and there's enough of them, I assume, that there's some sort of a trail.
Make me a survival check.
Oh, I've done so well on these in the
Oh,
past.
oh, he disappeared. That's right.
Yep.
I am perfect. Thank goodness.
It's better than the last time I rolled this.
Oh boy.
Maybe you need new dice?
11.
He doesn't believe it.
Okay.
You think you're following a trail?
You think you're following the trail. And we will get back to Alma.
He's
Does he run into the people who are on their way back? Because I assume he's also not being quiet.
We'll get back to that.
We'll get back to that. Make me. So let's take this one by one.
Okay.
Your fire.
Uh-huh.
Build your fire. Use a survival check.
Yep, we're all gonna die.
Oh, you're
He lights the boat on fire,
He
and
lights the bone.
Survival?
Yep.
It's fine.
I
can
have
control
my
the
create
fire.
or destroy water
11.
ready.
I mean, you are. There was already a place where there was a fire. So
Just stack wood on it.
You're gonna.
Burns.
You're kind of.
Oh, Cole's.
You're going to use that, and it takes way longer than it should, but you do get a fire going.
It's the 2 sticks.
Okay. What was
Hot
next
damn,
on
we
your
actually did
list?
Well, he wanted me to cook something, so.
Okay.
Oh dear.
This is culinary performance, so make me a performance check.
Oh, I have decent numbers in performance.
I hope it's low.
That's
20! Oh! He feeds us sand, but it's amazing.
He's a stand.
Oh,
So,
look, this rabbit just appeared and died.
On the fire!
Rabbit,
This
drop
rabbit just
biscuit,
died.
bacon.
Rabbit jumped into the fire.
so you kind of you scavenge up some food
I make a nice
off of the
salad.
boat, and you toss it all together and start simmering a really nice soup that is reminiscent of something that you once had when one of your mother's big supporters came to court. And it's not exactly the same ingredients, but the flavor palette's not exactly the same, but it's sort of reminiscent of it, and it actually turns out surprisingly good. It doesn't take long before the smell starts to waft over the construction site, and it's like, huh. Well,
It's like
I'll be damned, he made
home.
it.
It smells like home.
It does, actually.
I cheated. It's tomato basil. I just found like a bunch of wild tomatoes and herbs that looked like basil.
Now make me a
Oh,
perception check for in-gear.
I think it's advantage though. It's an 8 and a 9. 13.
13. Okay. You guys are not being quiet at all. So, so as in-gear sort of passes over them, you get a little warning message in the back of your head. Group of people approaching from that way.
Okay. I'll look through him, see what they look like, and then come back out. I mean, I kind of saw what the crew looked like, and I.
You were trying to hide pretty hard.
True.
You were trying to stay out of sight. So,
Group of dwarves.
I will.
group of dwarves
Okay.
and a really flashy, flamboyant elf.
Okay. I will come to you guys. So, Ingir's patrolling. Apparently, a group of dwarves and a fancy-looking elf are headed in this direction.
How much of a jump is it for me to assume that this is the crew?
Make me a wisdom check.
17.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Okay, hide the magic. Don't use it in front of anyone. Pretend you're not magic.
I snap Ingir out so he's not around.
Okay.
Other than that, we're probably fine. This is probably the crew.
Well, Look,
Which
Maybe
is
they
good,
would-
because that means they can sail it and we don't have to.
If we just help them repair it.
Right.
Can you repair it without using?
I think I can explain it to them as not being magic.
Okay. Good luck.
I'll
He just
help.
went really fast.
I'll help.
All right.
I'll go back to
But
the
I'm going to keep working.
the soup.
So a couple minutes later, you do start to hear the trump, 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 trump of dwarves, and the crew sort of bursts into view. They've got
I got my
clubs and daggers and improvised weapons out.
Well, hello there, Captain.
Gillian,
Hi.
what are you doing out here, lad?
Fixing your boat.
Simi,
She'll,
I'm not supposed to
she'll never sail again. You'll never be able to
I'm
fix
hiding it.
that.
Just remember to
Tied
think
in.
I'll-
I am
I should be
confident
hiding.
that by the end of today it will be
I'm
fixed.
sure you would have hid.
I'm hiding.
Care to put a wager on it, lad?
well, that depends. How much are you willing to lose?
Oh, cocky, I like it.
Forward.
I'll put a whole gold piece against yours that you can't fix this boat by sundown.
I'll take it.
All right. Well, got a bit of a crew here, but how you plan on like straightening her out, lad?
Working on that. That's the one piece I'm not sure exactly how we're going to do it yet, but we're working on it.
I'd say that's a pretty big piece.
It's fine. It's fine.
Your money's
we'll
as good as
figure it out.
mine.
I'm sure we'll figure it out.
Well, if you and your crew want to enjoy some soup,
Whoa. I've never smelled the like out of this
Oh,
kitchen.
look, Adrian. Things for you to talk to.
yay!
What?
Nothing.
Oh,
I will divvy out soup to
okay.
them.
Everybody make a perception check.
It's been a while. I mean, would I recognize him? Like last time I saw you was almost
a
birthday.
year.
Yeah, you'd
It's been a while.
probably recognize
Or
Killian.
is
Actually,
it what? It's a perception, right?
yeah, perception check.
Nope. Big old nope.
Was Adrian at the birthday party? Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't know. Well, that's the only time we've seen each other.
So
we
you
don't
would
know much about each
you
other.
would probably recognize everyone who's here as friends of
Yes.
Alma's.
Okay.
The only thing you know about me is I'm simple and strong. which in my current predicament, I'm not.
Perception check.
6.
25.
25.
Nope.
15.
That's 9.
So, Mizuki and Milo. Alma's missing again.
Gosh dang it.
Oh. Milo didn't, Adrian didn't, obviously. Adrian didn't, Alma go with you? Did he not come back?
No. I assume he gave up on me. And
You're
decided
having
to. Well, I can.
troubles.
Well, I don't know how to wield an axe. I can have a friend of mine look for him.
I mean, maybe it should.
Quietly.
Can I
Yes,
hear all this
yes.
from wherever I am hidden?
Where-
Because I need to be hiding.
Make a perception check.
Because since I'm the only one that needs to be hiding.
Nope. I
Nope.
come out and I. Gillian?
I'm gonna go out into the
Is that
woods real
you?
quick, far from the camp for a moment. Snap Inger back and be like, alright, go find Alma.
Does
we'll
a
get back to
Milo
that.
shit in the woods?
So I've been holding it in.
So when you say that to me, I'm going to be like, yeah, who are you?
It's been a while. It's been a long while. I know Alma. We were at the birthday party a while back.
Oh, you're the crazy uncle. Yes, yes.
That crazy.
That's not crazy.
I'm not crazy. They had me
What?
tested.
what are you
I'm
doing
not crazy. You're
here?
crazy.
I was on my way back and our boat sank.
That is unfortunate.
It is very unfortunate.
Look on the bright side. I'm going to fix the boat.
Really?
Yep.
No, he's not!
And I'm going to get a gold piece off him, and I'm going to enjoy it.
Really?
Yep.
Best of luck to you.
Oh, thanks. So, Keith, I have an idea.
Where's Alma? Where indeed?
It's always the question, isn't it?
I come back in.
Well, last he was here, I sent him to help someone cut down wood, and I haven't heard from him since.
Sounds about right.
So he could be anywhere.
I see. That could be a problem.
Yep.
I'm sure he'll find his way back eventually. Probably. Hopefully.
Maybe. Very well then. Don't let me keep you from your duties.
Oh, okay. I will get to work on this boat then.
Alma, make me a survival check at disadvantage.
No.
Because you are lost.
Oh no.
I mean, a natural 20 and a 13. So let's see. 16.
Okay.
You
At
recon
least,
the river.
at least you realized that you were lost and that you needed to go find the river, which you have done. Unfortunately, because it's not flowing at the moment, you don't know which way is upriver and which way is downriver.
And it's midday, so the sun is directly in the middle of the sky.
Yep.
I'm going to cast. Let's
Flare gun?
see. Nope,
Cast
that's-
flare.
Calm emotions. You should remain calm whenever you're lost in the woods.
Don't think it works on yourself.
Intelligence. Okay. I'm going to cast Fox's Cunning.
Okay.
Nice.
And I'm going to try to gauge. Now, we're coming into fall, yes?
Yes.
Okay.
Just find some moss on a tree.
That's exactly where I'm going.
Okay.
I'm looking for moss that should be dying by this point, but it should still be visible. And because it's dying, it may be more so because it's more brown than green.
Okay.
So that I can tell my directions.
Look at him being all survivally.
All right.
For a
Make that
change.
survival check.
Very nice.
Mark off my spell slot. 16.
Okay. Well, you think perhaps, based on where the moss is, that maybe that direction is south and is back towards the boat? Which means north is that way? Which is probably the way that Uncle went?
Well,
Last
having
journey?
already gotten lost once, Alma is not going to risk it. And is going to cast invisibility.
Okay.
And head back towards the boat.
Wow!
Okay.
Very nice.
Good job with discretion, buddy. That's
It's the better part of valor.
All right. And
My-
invisibility lasts how long?
An hour.
About an hour?
Oh,
Okay.
there goes my dragon finding you.
Yep.
Yep. Yes, indeed. Okay.
Keeping an eye out for goblins and all that jazz.
We will come back to that. Obviously, Ingir sees nothing. Doesn't even, he's like, nope, he's not here.
He's probably
I'll
dead.
snap him out of existence
Okay.
and continue to entertain the dwarves and the elf.
Okay.
So, with the way this is twisted, would it work if I basically just started cutting it into pieces and then, like, readjusting each piece by piece and mending them back together to get it in line. I don't know how badly or in what ways, so I don't know if I just have to rip out the pieces that are twisted, or if I can sort of like cut it into pieces and realign each piece together and get it back together.
I mean,
Discreetly.
you
Oh
could
yeah, no, I've got a plan for that.
do it that way.
Or
It's gonna lengthen the repair process to a couple of days.
What would be the fast way? Just rip it out and replace it?
Make me an intelligence check real quick.
Stop making noise.
Or
You start making noise.
No, I was.
21.
21. Probably the better way to go is to use really heavy duty block and tackle and essentially winch it back together.
Basically just like warp it back the way I want it.
Yeah, warp it back the way you
Okay.
want it to repair it. Now that you've got the dwarves here, the extra manpower is probably what you needed
Okay.
that you didn't have
Then
before.
that is what I will do.
It will take. Well, here, let's do this. Make me a. I'm going to read it as read that you can get the block and tackle that you need because.
Well,
but-
between her
between
and
her
my
and
bag
you.
of holding.
Right. So I would like for you to please make me a strength check using your blacksmithing tools.
Yeah. 21.
21? Okay. All right. So that is one success. Finding the points on the boat that are going to be strong enough to do this. I need you to make 5 more. You need 5 more successes
Okay.
before you have 2 failures for this process to work.
Do you want help?
Yes.
Okay. Then take the advantage. I'm also proficient with
Yeah,
skills. So.
yeah.
That's going to be an unnatural 20.
That'll be a success.
Natural 20.
Nice.
2 successes.
And an unnatural 20.
4.
Sweet.
And a
Are you
7.
hiding?
No, an 18.
You're hiding, right?
Yeah.
That's enough. Okay.
At this point, I just have to hide until everybody else. is
Where
gone.
are you hiding, by the by?
Where is available to hide?
Toilet.
No.
Well, I mean, there's places, in the hold of the boat. You could be out in the woods. You could, you could probably find a hollow in some of the rocks by the river's edge.
Would any of the dwarves know who you are?
Man, I don't think it will matter too much. And if they see you, you could just say
I
you
don't
were on your
know.
way
Well,
back.
I
Like
would never.
when they were coming towards
True.
us, I didn't know
But
who
you
was
wouldn't
who.
know.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
So I just knew
that
townspeople were
he
coming,
was
and I wasn't supposed to be.
somewhere else.
Yeah.
So
But I'm assuming you'd have a chance to like peek in and see who it is.
I imagine, like, since there would be work happening all over the ship, as soon as I saw that there were people coming, I'd have probably
Fair.
hidden.
Not necessarily. For the most
Not
part, for
on
the
the
first
ship.
half, I've just been feeding them.
Your call.
I would probably have ended up hiding not on the ship, so, like, you might say something to me at some point. Like, I'm just
In the
gonna-
mud.
You're peeing in this.
But not well?
Make me a stealth check real quick.
I just straight up, like, trip and
10?
fall.
She made it.
I even have a high stealth, it just doesn't freaking matter.
You have inspiration.
17.
Oh, that's true.
Okay,
I forgot
okay.
that I have
We'll come back
inspiration.
to that.
Wherever they went.
I don't. Oh, there's. I think that
do you
was them.
still have the cloak?
Okay, first of all,
Oh wait, no,
you need to put it down like that because that was an 18 until it rolled off because of your.
Fired.
Well, that There
that's
you go.
better.
There you go.
So that's a 22. 23, sorry.
22.
22, thank you.
Okay. So that was a stealth roll?
Yeah.
Okay.
My goodness. You are my
Yeah,
friend.
none of them are going to...
Maybe you
None of the dwarves, at least, are going
No, I
to...
just have to roll the ones I have better. They're usually good to me.
I rolled a 22 perception.
Oh.
Notice.
That is just enough to notice.
She's a strange lady hiding.
But I would recognize you though.
You were at the
It
party.
depends on how close you are, because I'm not in my
Yeah.
monk's robes.
That's true.
But you were at the party.
I was at the party,
I mean, if I see your face, I'm sure I recognize you.
dressed differently, and I've got a back tattoo now that
But
wasn't there.
you
No.
also, in the context of Alma's friends,
Yeah.
would make sense.
That's
Yeah.
true.
So you see someone who is Alma's friend hiding.
Yes,
Okay.
probably in kind of the rocky area below.
So I'm going to have you make one more D20 rolls. Just a straight D20. Let me know what you get.
20.
Natural 20?
Natural 20.
Oh, dude.
Yes.
So with much creaking it's a grinding of wood as things come back together. You are able to pull the boat back into alignment. Everything is still broken. Everything is still...
So, as it's in alignment, I'm going to go through with a bottle of a silver liquid that if any of the dwarves try and ask me about, I'm going to spin some bullshit about what it is and mend everything back together as best I
The
can.
mask.
Okay.
Do a bullshittery roll.
Roll for BS.
That needs
It's
to
not
be
on
a-
my sheet.
So Greybeard is there with you, and he's watching.
Always watching.
Always watching, Wazowski. Always
But he
watching.
doesn't say anything. He is
I'm
just
gonna
watching.
try and watch him out of the corner of my eye. Like, is he?
He's paying
Oh
close
my goodness.
attention to what
That's
you're
coming from
doing.
her.
So as I'm doing it, I'm gonna sort of turn to. No questions, huh?
Jeez.
Oh, I've got plenty of questions, lad, but I know better than to ask them here.
Oh.
Do I know where you're hiding?
So I am gonna give him kind of like a.
Probably not.
Out of curiosity, how well do you know Draxus?
Know him well enough when I see him in the bar.
Okay.
Why?
Just curious. I don't. I know Draxus very well, but we haven't actually talked all that much. I don't get the chance to ride the river very often. By the way, has the river ever not flowed?
What are you talking about, lad? The rivers flow. That's the whole... That's what they do.
Yes, but in the opposite
Yeah, have you
direction.
looked at the river lately?
No.
You might want to.
Well, shit.
Also, and I'm gonna sort of like describe where it is like, and apparently when everything shook last night, that mountain, no, behind that one, yeah, that one is shorter.
Aye, that's gonna change landmarks a bit. Huh.
So I don't know if that makes it more or less difficult for us to actually sail this boat, but
Well, we can always row it too.
but yeah,
Bet all my charts are ruined. Not that they'd be any good at all. Well, this will be interesting, to say the least.
Wonder how the town's feeling.
we're gonna get back and the town's just all burned.
What town?
Everything's destroyed.
So, Alma,
Have you found your way back?
I need you to make
Just wait a
me
minute, try
a
to- Hobos
perception
coming to
check.
kill us.
So much better at that. Unnatural 20.
You are sort of walking down the bank of the river,
You do.
like you do, and there's a bit of a mound of rocks, and you're gonna have to, pass by them, go around them, and you start to hear sort of a sniffing and like little low wolfing,
It's a moose.
A boar.
growling
Oh, no.
ish,
Or it's goblins on wargs.
and out from around the rocks comes a brown bear.
Oh no. I'm hiding in these rocks somewhere.
Nice bear. Good bear. Friendly bear.
And it's sniffing the air, and it's sniffing towards you.
Keep walking.
That's how I almost killed the party.
Are you walking towards it?
Oh heavens, no! I'm going along the bank.
Well, it's kind of there in
Oh,
your
it is
path.
in your way,
It is
yeah.
in your path.
Oh, the tree. That worked.
All right, here we go again. So we're going to start with Phantasmal Force. It will need to make an intelligence saving throw.
And because
Also,
it
you're
is
no
so
longer
intelligent.
invisible.
Yep.
-4 intelligence makes it a 7.
Nice. So that will definitely fail. So there is in between the bear and myself a larger black bear.
Black bears, I think, are small.
Not this one.
No.
Nope.
Not this
Oh,
one,
okay.
it's not.
Okay.
It is a larger black bear, so different species on purpose,
Okay.
and it is going to growl,
Okay.
and it's going to begin moving forward and away from myself,
Okay.
and it is going to then pretty clearly be afraid, and it is going to take off into the woods. I am relying on
Prey instinct.
prey instinct, yeah, or predator instinct for prey.
It's running, that means I chase it.
So it was. So the black bear is bigger than the brown bear,
Mm-hmm.
and it just ran away.
Yep. Lots of food.
Yeah, that's not
Prey
how the
instinct.
bear's gonna see it.
That's fine.
That's not how the bear sees it, but what it does do is pull itself up and stand up, so it's now about 8 feet tall,
And you heard
And
it
it's-
here now.
still sniffing towards you.
I am no longer invisible.
Well, true. So it's actually going to let out a roar and initiative.
Where
Alright.
am I?
Well,
in
that
this?
depends on how far he is.
16, 17.
Make me a perception check.
Perceive well for a change. Aha! I perceive it. It's like a 24.
Probably less than a quarter mile away.
I'm booking it.
you
For what? Hearing
You-
a bear go.
you hear-
"Ah."
you do hear a bear sort of let out a roar.
So a quarter mile away, like I can't see what's happening. I just hear a bear.
Yeah.
If I don't know Alma's there, I wouldn't go help. Gosh,
There goes my plan.
I would have metagame so much. So I would start kind of sneaking my way back to where there are more people.
Okay.
You don't want to be killed by a bear.
Yeah.
Actually, everyone that's there by the boat, make that perception check.
Nope.
Nope.
That's a one. No.
13.
So a
13.
quarter of a mile is 1,320 feet.
16.
You would hear it too,
Okay.
but you're the only one that did.
I was too
Okay.
busy looking at Simi.
Awkward.
Super awkward.
Yeah, I know, right?
I didn't notice.
Bow.
All right. So what was
17.
Your 17. Okay. So you will get to act first.
New plan.
I will sprout wings and fly away.
Yeah, if only, if only.
You bamfed
Bluebirds, eh?
your thing out, didn't
Yeah,
you?
I vamped him out.
Okay.
Silent image. And I am running that way. Towards the woods. Same way the bear went.
Okay.
So he will need to make a check for that. Oh, no, sorry. It is a... it is on his turn, he can choose to try
Okay.
to perceive the.
Illusion.
Before you, well, no, you've done it. Okay, that's fine. Anything else?
Alma is moving towards the water.
Okay, so basically, all right. It's going to be a little bit confused, and in order to make the check against it, what is it?
It is an intelligence investigation check against my spell save DC of 15.
How smart's your bear, Keith?
Not very.
But that will depend on how the dice roll.
13. So it is.
Fail.
Um,
Now that doesn't mean it has to go after that one. It just sees that there's
right.
two now.
It's just, and it actually is going to be a little bit confused because eyes tell it one thing, smell tells it the other, and so it's going to use its action, its entire turn, basically confused and not able to do anything.
Cool.
Back to you.
Please don't die.
As I get closer to the boat, would I be able to see Alma in there anywhere?
Make another perception check.
16.
You're able to zero in on the bear.
Well, and you're not gonna find me again because I'm casting invisibility.
Okay.
And I'm going to skirt along the water.
Okay.
Probably actually getting in the water first to lose smell, and then moving up the water.
Okay. It's not how that works, but okay.
Oh no, like I'm diving under the water,
Okay.
and then
Okay.
I'm.
Okay.
That's why I was.
Yeah, I
moving
was
towards
like,
the water.
yeah, you're gonna step into the water. That'll take your scent away.
No. I'm diving and moving. What is up the river, but not up the river.
Okay. Okay. Do make me an athletics check.
Ooh, I'm great at this. Let me actually roll the right dice. Athletics. So that's a 1.
So you dive in the water, and it's usually helpful not to leave your mouth open and try to breathe underwater. So you don't make it super far before you're back on the surface spluttering. And even though you're invisible, you're making an awful lot of noise, splashing in the water and coughing, and yeah. And you are super not stealthy, and its sense of smell is going to bring it towards you. So it's going to move towards you, sort of wade into the water at you, and make a claw and bite attack.
You're still invisible, right?
Yep.
Pretty sure those are at disadvantage.
They are at disadvantage, yes. So the claw attack, be thankful for disadvantage because one of them was a nat 20. 17.
Hits.
That, and I'm going to go ahead and roll that. Well,
It didn't come out this side.
no, it's over here. 8 points of slashing damage.
Okay.
And then the bite attack is going to miss.
Are you sure?
Well, I mean, unless a 10 hits.
Almost.
I
Okay.
need to get you some armor, friend.
I have armor. I just don't wear it.
And the claw slashes across your
I
back,
just imagine,
and
this
the bite sort of clamps down right here next to your ear. What was your perception? Well, it was a
It
16.
was 16 before.
So you do see this bear sort of up on its haunches, and it drops down, lumbers into the river, and starts to slash at something. And in thin air, there's this like slash of red.
Nope, nope, nope,
and
nope,
and
nope.
splashing in the,
Tackle a
and
bear.
splashing in the water.
I am gonna go try to save the thing that's invisible, because I assume it's probably one of us.
It's a good bet.
If you kill the bear,
One of
grab
us.
its pulp.
I'm gonna haul butt over there as fast as you let me.
Ixnay on the magic
So
man.
seeing her leaving though, I'm gonna follow her.
Okay.
Creeper.
So
Well, you just took off. Something
your
off.
base speed is 40.
I want to bring my dragon out, but I don't want to at the same time.
So, how many? You've got 4 key points. I'm just trying to decide how long it's going to take you to actually get there.
So, a quarter of a mile is 1,320 feet. As a side note.
Yeah.
I don't have stunning strike yet, do I? No, I don't.
So your step of the wind will let you.
So at tops, she can go
Stunning. Step of the wind.
120 per turn if she uses a key point.
So 10 turns.
Oh no. Well, I've already covered some ground. It's not a quarter of a mile anymore, but it's still.
I may have overstated the distance.
I mean,
It's fine.
You
but-
decide how long it will take.
Yeah, I'll let you know. I'll let you know when you get there.
okay. I will blow key points if I got it. Here we go again. Oh no! What did you do to me?
I mean, Keith, you have to be fair. It's trying to fight an invisible creature. You gotta give it some credit.
Right.
I'm moving 90 feet per turn.
God is invisible when it's covered in blood.
Oh, right.
Okay.
Well, the water's gonna get muddied real
Action,
quick.
bonus action. So.
That's true.
Right.
And movement.
And movement.
Yeah.
Take you 5 rounds.
Okay.
Take you 6.
Okay.
I want to bring out Ingir. So
All
bad,
right.
but I know that's not a
Please
good
don't
idea.
die, Alma.
Ixnay
That
on the magic
is
I know.
your turn now, Alma.
I am going deeper into the water,
Okay.
staying invisible.
So make the athletics check.
What are you
Who
doing?
do you trust? Who do you trust?
Get you like.
What are you doing?
Man,
Not good.
Not good.
Not good.
3.
Oh no!
Yeah,
Oh.
you have forgotten in the panic of the moment. You have forgotten everything you know about swimming.
Also, you can't see your hands, so it's hard to.
Also, as you were trying to get away, it does take an opportunity attack, but it's with its claws.
Yeah.
He's a bard
He's a bard, yes.
who's trying not to use magic.
And that's gonna
Yeah, you
hit.
got weapons.
Ooh.
I have a
That's-
+1 to Dex.
Gonna hit a lot. Oh, but it was at disadvantage.
What
I'm sorry.
did it roll, however? Because that
it-
does actually make a difference.
He didn't roll the
I didn't roll the
disadvantage.
disadvantage.
I mean, even with like
Okay.
I do need to know the number.
Yeah, with the disadvantage, it's not going to hit you.
Okay.
But then on its turn, it will claw.
Perhaps this will teach Alma
So-
a
so this is
lesson
one.
of
Oh,
splitting the party.
definitely not.
Nah,
So this is
that's all right.
claw
Going off on his
and
own?
I doubt
This is
it.
claw.
Never would.
of
I doubt he'll learn.
13.
Would hit, but I'm going to cutting words that.
Oh, good.
Nice.
Okay.
Good boy.
So that will not hit by a fair margin.
Okay.
No.
No.
And then its bite attack is 10. It's not going to hit.
Barely misses.
Yep.
All right. So
At this point,
your,
you're almost on the other side of the river.
your turn. Your turn again.
Lather, rinse, repeat.
Athletics.
I'm
How
going
about you use
to.
it? Yeah, please
Yeah.
use it.
Look at that.
There you go.
Look at that.
Bardic inspiration.
24.
Okay.
There we go.
You're finally able to sort of keep your wits about you and
You dug down in the water,
swing and
curl up,
swing
let the
swim
river
away.
take you a little bit. And
It's not
the
moving.
river's not going to take him anywhere.
It is also, however, going to take its opportunity attack as you move away.
That's fine.
14.
Wait.
Here, I can count the ones.
My turn. Oh, cutting words then. Gosh dang it. You said 14, that'll still hit.
This is why we have
Okay.
superstition, Stephen.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, and that's a claw
goes the third one.
slash. So 9 points of slashing damage.
Cool.
As you then finally get away from it.
So it's double digits.
So you see it sort of batting at the water, and there's blood flowing out in the water. The water is
You get, like,
bloodied
2 more turns.
and churning up.
Okay, once I'm clear for my next turn, I'm casting.
So it is going to attempt to find you again.
to find you.
Staying in the water.
Always the bears.
No, bears are all right as long as you
10
like,
will not
know
hit
what you're doing.
with the claws.
You really should have just really scare it off. It's like make a
And
lot
10
of noise.
with the bite will not attack. Will not
Hope
hit
that
either.
went
And now we
away.
go to your turn again.
Now we go to your turn, and
4
you're
rounds have passed.
presumably swimming away. Make you the athletics check.
Okay. I'll go ahead and inspire myself again.
Things not to do.
Yes.
I don't think I deserve that.
No, you do.
The gift has been
I
given.
don't think I gave you one for
Oh
earlier.
no.
Yep.
So
But you're fighting valiantly.
Yeah!
In a battle by
14.
yourself with
14.
a
you
bear.
Okay.
deserve it for earlier.
So you are able to make a little bit more distance, open.
See, I don't leave
Distance
the
a
group
little bit with
'cause
you.
I'm scared.
Just a little
I
like
can't
And
survive out here.
My
Since it
is a
missed
coward.
you the last turn, it's actually just gonna sort of stand there for a second, and then turn and lumber out of the river, and up onto the bank. So you see it
And she has
stop.
arrived on the scene.
You see it stop. Whatever it was doing in the river, and turn and walk and
Now who's fighting the
climb
bear
out of the river.
themselves?
Well, I'm right behind her.
Does he pay any attention to me, or is he just wandering off?
You were not being sneaky.
No, I am just running like hell to try to get to whatever was getting beat up, because I kind of feel like there's a decent chance it's Alma.
So as it's climbing out, it does kind of look over at you, and rears up on its haunches and roars at you.
Ow.
Sorry,
You're gonna
right.
body slam a
You
bear?
could have
Yes.
just walked away.
Make me an intimidation check.
This is gonna be terrible. Oh, what's my
Please, please, please.
What's
let
a
it be.
-1?
Please let it be a natural 20. Oh, okay.
17.
Has the bear been just like, okay, I'm done.
F this shit.
Yeah,
I'm
pretty
out.
much. It sort of drops down on all fours. It huffs at you and turns and walks away.
Holy
Just
shit,
pat
I don't
on
believe
and
that
say,
worked.
Good day, ma'am. I say good day. And
Good job.
pat-
Good job.
patters into
Steven,
the-
take notes.
Being terribly uncharismatic has paid off for me right now.
This is what happens when a ranged fighter acts like a close-up person.
So make an athletics check.
Are you still invisible?
Yes.
And still underwater,
I don't
too.
know why.
I'm gonna go to where I see the blood coming from
Yeah.
the water.
Okay.
20.
20? Okay. So you're able to keep going. The river is like churned up and muddy, and you can't see anything, obviously.
You're gonna overshoot and run into
Two of you
another bear.
make me a perception check real quick.
I thought
If you're trying to find me, it's a disadvantage, I would imagine.
Oh, wow.
That's
2
fine.
18s in a row.
Yeah, disadvantage.
No.
Oh, at
6.
disadvantage. At disadvantage.
It's still above a 20.
Okay. So you don't see anything at all. There's it's just the water's churned up. There's a little bit of blood there on the water. You
You see a reed poking out of the water.
so see you do kind of see that there's a little bit of a it seems like the blood is drifting a little bit, even though there's not really a current.
He's gonna hit me.
So make a grapple check at disadvantage.
Is grapple just straight strength?
Yes.
Can you do acrobatics?
Nope.
Okay.
No,
If
it's
you're grappling, it's athletics. If you're trying to get out of it, it's athletics or acrobatics.
Okay, gotcha. So it's just a plus.
At disadvantage.
Oh, at disadvantage.
I am invisible.
Is that a 20?
It was a natural 20.
Oh.
12.
Cutting words.
Which.
Minus a d6. You minus a d6.
Okay.
Well, I'll
What?
2. Because something's still moving at me. and
so that
And
so that becomes a 10.
I'm blind. Miss.
So that's gonna miss. It's like
Alma.
I'm underwater.
Mississippi!
Mississippi.
make a perception check
Mississippi.
at disadvantage.
Mississippi.
Who are you? Oh, you.
He's not expecting us to meet again
6.
under these circumstances. but-
One moment.
I mean, yeah,
Little
fair. It does
Missy.
sound like a bear.
So make your athletics check.
Poor.
4.
Okay.
I wonder what they're doing over there, Killian.
So
fix
so
the
with
boat.
that with that
Yeah, I'll
cutting
fix the
words, you suck in a little bit of water and have to come splashing up to the surface. Now, the two of you see splashing, and there's a great big hole in the water.
Just me, not a bear. Just me.
Alma? Alma?
You're going to bear.
What? Did,
I'm
Just take
running
it off.
at this point.
And then just like wet socks sound.
Oh.
Oh, why?
Alma!
Why?
your socks are moist.
Oh.
Oh, that's the worst.
Go get him! Go get him! Grrr.
I'm going
So, which direction are you running?
Yep.
I'm calling out your name, Alma.
Ooh.
Still going.
Oh.
Okay.
How far away is he from us?
He's
Not far.
he's not far. I mean, you can get to him with your movement.
Let's see if Simi realizes.
Okay.
Yeah. It would be a 16 probably wisdom. I'd probably figure out why.
I'm gonna run after him. I'm gonna cast Create Bonfire in front of him.
What are you doing?
So, for those of you by the boat, there's all of a
So
sudden
one
you,
good ways away from the boat, though, right?
Half mile or a quarter mile.
Not
Yeah.
that far.
Not that far.
Relatively.
relatively speaking. So, those of you at the boat, you see Simi.
no.
And first of all, you see Simi stare down the brown bear, and it just turns and sort of
Yell at
waddles
it.
off into the woods, and then she jumps in the river and starts splashing around. And then a few feet away from her, there's more splashing that has nothing to do with her, and it sort of splashes out onto the riverbank. And then there's this flare of fire.
So I'm gonna do
I'm
my
going
best to
to-
like call out stuff and
I'm
like
going to,
distract people from looking that direction.
I'm going to attempt to convince those dwarves or whoever is looking in that direction. He's like, huh?
Fire beetles.
No, I'm gonna say, they must have started a fire to keep themselves warm so they don't get hypothermia from the river.
Okay.
Bullshit.
Because both of you are trying to distract them, I will take a persuasion check from one of you with advantage.
Everybody roll for bullshit.
Oh.
Oh my god.
Well, one of those was a 1. But persuasion or deception or persuasion?
Your choice.
Either way, it's a 26.
Nice.
Nice. And
It's not as good as your rolls, but
that makes sense. Yeah.
yeah, that makes sense. Now let's get back to work, and I will turn
I
them
gave
over.
very clear instructions to Ixnay on the Agic May. We're gonna have to have a powwow
Well,
about this.
so-
gentleman.
No, to be fair, we followed the
So-
directions. He's not part of us yet.
That's true.
Yeah,
I don't know that, though.
So you are
Moving through a fire now.
okay.
You're so dumb.
I look at you like you're a complete idiot. It's like, what are you doing?
Also,
No.
also magic.
Yeah,
No, I
that's
have
one of the many
powder
reasons I'm doing
made
that.
from the capital that can cause flame.
Oh, you're one of those people.
No more, and I
It's
just
the
keep
powder,
taking
it's
up
not magic.
How much damage does a...
1d8.
He's a
How
bard.
many hit points do
He's
you
a
have?
bard.
Currently 10.
Oh, I forgot we're still squishy.
Yes, we are. Him especially.
Uh-oh, what was
I'm
that,
going
Keith?
to. I'm
Was
going
that
to
the bear
just-
deciding what he wants to do?
You take 8 points of fire
Oh.
damage.
Con save.
Make a con save.
Oh,
Yeah, he's fine.
okay.
Yeah.
So I am going to say loudly after scorn, like just shooting you such scorn.
Oh, no, I'm
I
okay.
can't do healing spells.
I need to go.
unless-
I need to go to the trees. So I'm gonna make a beeline for the tree line, and
What does that mean?
It's code.
yeah, it's not good code, but it's code.
Just imagining us on the boat like, oh, look over there! What's that?
So what you doing there, Alma?
Still booking it.
Towards the tree line, I assume. Okay, yeah. So I just book it towards the tree line with him.
So you do eventually catch up to him.
I am
Okay.
staying invisible, however.
And I am going to just kind of try and watch the different footprints and whatnot, and make sure that I'm staying close.
Can make me a survival check at disadvantage.
Question. Is he actually being stealthy enough that she can't notice him tromping through things?
Only because he's invisible.
Oh no!
That is 2 1s. Oh my gosh, that is 2 1s.
I don't think I've ever had that happen before.
You.
I definitely
You lose him.
Really?
Gosh dang it! Gosh dang it! Gosh
How
dang
do
it! You
I
with your
turn it
stupid
on?
fire! It's like just
So
gonna
how
kind
long
of
are you
like-
gonna run?
Long enough that I can't see them.
Okay.
I'm gonna kind of just zigzag a little bit out and
You're good. Alma, can you hear me?
Once she has moved far enough past, and I'm keeping an eye out for him as well, I'll cast message. I'm fine.
That's a lie.
Who are you casting it towards?
See me?
bunch of bull crap.
Go back to the boat. I'm fine.
No.
You have 2 hit points.
Go back to the boat. I'm fine.
You have
No.
2 hit points. If you trip over, you're dead.
You better be coming and finding.
Where are you?
He does it.
It ends, and I'm casting Cure Wounds 4 times.
But he does reappear.
But I waited until they were out of sight.
Yes, yes.
She's so mad.
How many times? You're casting it 4 times?
Yeah.
Is that all your spell slots?
Yep.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Those are so high.
That should
Probably
be
get you to
fine.
full.
Yeah, I'm back at
That's
full.
pretty good.
And then some.
All right.
So how's the boat coming along?
Well, after the distraction,
Oh, look!
Oh, look at that fish!
Look, they started a fire to make sure they're warm from the hypothermia.
Ziggy just like
Quick,
starts
look, an
like
obvious distraction.
doing some fancy things with her fan.
so once after all of the brouhaha has settled down, you finish up what little you needed to get done. The boat is more or less in one
It's probably not
piece.
pretty,
It's not pretty,
but it'll-
and it's still got a little bit of a warp to it. You weren't able to get it
I mean, to be
Like,
fair, this will just
perfectly
get
straight.
them
Yeah.
to town.
so
We had to
it,
repair
but
it,
it'll
I mean.
probably get you where you need to go.
Are we gonna hitch a ride with them?
Well, that depends if someone comes back to the boat or not. So what time of day is it?
Yeah, it'll probably. Well, if you said it'll take all day, we'll probably have
I
to
know,
camp
that's
there
what
tonight.
I'm
and then-
assuming.
Odds or evens.
Odds.
It is 5 minutes before sundown.
Oh.
So I'm gonna...
I will let
look
you
at,
know.
Greybeard.
Yeah,
I believe you owe me.
Yeah. And flips you a gold piece.
Thank you. Have these two come back out of the woods yet?
I don't know. Have you guys? Although, I'll be wanting to have words about how you managed.
Of course.
I am.
I would stay out until I found them because
I mean, Alma is headed back
Well-
towards the boat.
If you and your men want to take your lovely boat back, it appears some of us have wandered off into the woods, and we probably should go find them.
Unless you guys want to stay here until tomorrow.
Well, I
morning.
make it a point never to traverse the river at night because it's mighty hard to see.
Fair.
Although this did happen when we were tied up to the shore at night, so perhaps that's not so smart a move either.
But
Well,
what are the chances of a mountain falling two nights in a row?
to be fair,
I'd rather not find out, lad.
to be fair, if the river isn't flowing anywhere, you always could go out a little ways and drop anchor there, so you're at least not right up in the shallow.
I'm
But you're the boat captain. You will know better than I what you should do.
I'm just concerned what happens if the river starts flowing. So, we'll make sure she's afloat and tie up we'll tie up here as we normally would.
Well, if we are back in the morning, we would greatly appreciate a ride into town.
Of course.
Do you want me to
And on that note,
make them some, or are we going?
I think we're going to go find the lost hooligans who have wandered off into the woods.
I would have told you, if you were within eye line of me, I'd have told you that he had said he was going back to the ship.
okay.
I am very mad, and I'm not going back to the ship.
I'm going to go try and find them.
I will go
That'd be
with.
good.
I'll go with.
All right.
When we get a distance away, I'll snap Ingir and have him go around.
Okay.
See if he can find
Okay.
So do make a perception check for Ingir, and the rest of you make a survival check.
Who's got the best survival?
I probably.
me.
Got plus
I
two.
have or I have.
I got plus one.
proficiency
21.
in survival. So
Have advantage.
okay, yeah.
All I have are talking points.
So
and
who are you
history.
guys? Who are you guys looking for
Anyone?
specifically? Anybody you can find? Or?
Unnatural 20
Okay.
I don't think
for
we've
survival.
Well, whatever trail we can come across.
Okay.
Hello
you have gone back.
Probably Alma.
I hope
No, we
nobody
wouldn't.
answers.
Since we
If
know
you
who's
told
been
me
gone.
that, I probably would.
Yeah.
Yes.
Um.
I would walk along the beach to go back.
All right. So the two of you just make me d20 rolls.
13.
11.
Okay. You are both higher than mine. So as you
Bear
guys.
doesn't re-find you.
So as you guys are emerging from the woods, you kind of cross paths with each other.
Who counts
Alma.
that with who? Oh.
Hey, how are you?
You look a little rough there.
No, I don't.
Oh. Oh, that's right. You healed.
He does look like he's been running through the woods, though.
Yes.
I'm walking most of the time now.
Had
Maybe
a
his
little,
clothes
had
are
a
a
little
little
scare out in the
disheveled.
woods.
There was a bear, yeah.
That'll do it.
Are you okay?
Oh, I'm just fine.
We saw the attack. The goblins.
For us, it wasn't so much an attack as a surprise earth movement.
Before that.
Oh, before that, yes. That was strange.
Yeah,
And
no,
there was
we saw that.
Flying lizard in the sky.
Yep. Yep, there was.
Speaking of flying lizard.
We'll get to that.
But I am very pleased to see you doing well.
Me too. I'm glad you're okay. I was able to pick out your hat from a distance.
You just got.
So what brings you into town?
So, just Why am I in town?
I don't know. Why are you in
That's a
town?
good question.
I guess we're not in town, but
Yeah.
A winter resort. Oh, my winter's home is here.
No, I haven't seen you and haven't seen your parents in a long time, and I just figured it's my annual trip back and see how things are going. I heard rumors that stuff might be happening in an unpleasant way.
that's an understatement. Boy, do I have some stories for you. And some people that... Oh, you've met them. You've actually met them. The group that I hang out with... Well, there's been some interesting things that I'll need to reintroduce you to them.
We kick open the bushes.
Yep, just let us know if you show up, Keith.
I briefly said hello
Yeah.
to Killian, but
Yeah, he was
that
playing
was
ship...
about it.
Your blonde friend.
Ship
swore at
Foundry.
me a bit.
A foundry.
Yep,
Okay,
he
so
wanted to fix the ship, apparently.
so you guys do at this point kind of wander onto Alma and Castian.
So as soon as I see them... So what part of hide the magic did you not understand? I was very clear.
Did you tell my uncle?
Do I need to explain to him that you have magic?
I did not use magic inside of anyone.
Well, someone made a bonfire.
Yep, no, I felt that.
So what happened was,
Please, regale me.
so I was trying to stop him from running,
Okay.
and I have
By
this.
putting a bonfire in front of him?
No magic, no magic. I have powder I acquired from the capital.
Yeah, so Killian
Oh,
totally does
yeah.
magic too.
Yeah,
Um,
powder.
Yes.
Mhm.
Yes.
Yeah, he
It-
told us
it-
you
it
use
goes
magic.
poof. It goes poof.
Yeah, he told us you use magic.
Well, as far as anybody else knows, it's
Right,
just
sure.
powder.
Yeah, don't worry. Like
It's fine,
everybody
we all have our
that
secrets.
I hang out with apparently uses magic.
Really?
Yep.
Alma, was that quite necessary?
Well, I don't know what the point of hiding it is at this stage with the other people who use magic.
True.
So what was Ingir's
A lot
perception?
of trust.
21.
21? Okay.
Don't worry, I trust them with my life.
You get a little ping
Fair
in the
enough.
back of your head. Simi's off that
What?
way. About 100 yards.
So
He'll go down to her.
you decided that it was a great idea to wander off without telling anyone where you went,
Actually, I was going to make sure that he was okay.
but you didn't tell any of us that's where you were going. You just left without letting us know where you were.
I mean, I sort of tried to tell Milo, but
Milo, did he try and tell you
About what?
about how he was going to leave to go find his uncle?
No, he left me to the devices of a hen axe in a tree.
no, definitely tried to tell Milo, but he also was in the middle of swinging the back end of the axe at the tree. So I gave up.
And you told us you were going to help him, and instead you left.
No, I gave him explicit instructions.
No, you didn't. Do you want to know what he was doing when I looked over?
Well, I did just tell you that he was swinging the back of the axe at the tree. No, I gave him explicit instructions. It just didn't seem to sink in.
So how did go running off on your own go?
I'm fine.
Oh, are you now?
There are tears in your clothes.
Just a little scratch.
And you ran through a fire, and presumably away from a bear. Also, where's Lucia?
I'm not really sure. She was supposed to be going back to the ship.
Ingir lands on your shoulder.
Why would
He points his little head that way.
why would she be going back to the ship?
Because the rest of us are going back to
He
the
just
ship.
sits there, just like points that way.
Why are we all going back to the ship?
Because that's where all of you were.
Well, now we're here.
So let's go back to
He'll
the
just
ship.
sit there.
Not punch things.
He'll just sit
Well,
there.
before we go back to the ship, are we all going to be able to keep ourselves from using our magic powder in front of the crew of the ship?
Please don't light me on fire.
The powder is not magic.
Look, I really don't want to have to cover up another magical escapade.
So
So
just
can we
for-
all just keep it in our pants?
For my sake, can I be reminded who this is?
Oh, this is Alma's uncle, who's not really his uncle because Alma's not really related to his parents or this guy, and he does magic.
Right.
There you go. You're all caught.
Nice to meet you again.
I give a proper bow.
Nope. Later. Later.
we
It's,
can-
it's a big long explanation.
Yes.
Okay,
It's a
so
little
next
much
time,
right now.
Alma, will you let me know where you're going?
Certainly.
Or at least one of us.
I did,
But
but
I
no, I realize how
my
that
will.
might have been a mistake.
not that one.
Okay, so before we
No
go
need to dwell on
anywhere,
the past. Let's move
we
on.
need to go find Lucia.
Yes.
She'll be here in 3, 2, 1, and I will vamp Ingir out of the way before she appears through the bushes.
Well, hi there, Lucia. It looks like you've had a wonderful time running around in the forest. And why were you running around in the
I-
forest?
Hey, Killian, and I just move you just gently away from Alma.
I'll just cast calm emotions on.
Make a charisma
Sydney?
save.
Nice.
Yes.
It's a -1. It's a 13.
I don't think that's enough.
I
Probably not.
don't think so. Let me check.
Probably a 14.
No, you're either a 14 or a 15.
So last I saw you, you were yelling at a bear, and then you ran out into the water, and then you ran
So
out
you're
into the
calm
forest.
So the anger flows away from you.
You have an hour.
Huh. Well, see, there was a bear.
Yeah,
I
yeah, saw
already
that
know
part.
this. There was splashing about by something that I could not see, which almost definitely means it was one of you knuckleheads.
Right,
So-
and there was only one of us missing at the time.
I didn't know which one of you might have
Oh,
been missing.
playing Clue.
I just figured I should probably stop the bear. And when the bear was adequately stopped, I had to go and pull whichever one of you it might have been out of the water. And then the one of you that it was took off for the woods. And then this guy shows
Also-
up and starts a fire out of nowhere.
Everyone else should make that.
Oh, are you doing everyone?
Well, it is everyone. It's each humanoid in a 20-foot radius sphere.
That's everybody.
Yeah, so
that's
that's
gonna
everyone.
be
I'll just
an
fail.
That's gonna be an 18, so I'll be
And
fine.
what are we?
Yeah, that's a 20 for
doing?
me.
Is it a straight 20 or is
It's a
it
charisma save.
It's a charisma save.
I am really good at those,
That
Yeah.
makes sense.
That's a 10.
but I'm gonna choose to fail.
Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah,
So-
me too.
So I had to chase him into the woods to make sure that he was alive.
Into the woods.
And did you find him in the woods?
He kind of sort of found me. He wouldn't show himself to me, but he did actually, message me and tell me that he was at least alive and said that he was okay, although I deeply suspect that that was a lie.
I am fine.
Now.
So, I'm sensing some, tension
Lingering tensions.
I'm fine.
here.
Oh, I feel great.
No,
Anything
not
we'd
anymore.
like to share
We're
with
calm.
the group?
We're all calm.
Any
all
explanations we'd
calm.
like to give for our actions?
I was chasing. I just did that.
That was.
Yep, you
What?
were chasing him and
Yeah.
you were hiding from her because...
I was avoiding exactly what happened when I ran into you. The telling off that you shouldn't go off into the woods without
And you
telling
thought
anyone.
that it was a good idea to avoid the inevitable because...
Emotions is on you.
Yeah,
Emotion is
calm
on you.
emotions is
Oh,
still
yeah.
going on.
I'm
Julia.
calm, but I look at it as like, why do you think that I would tell you off for being attacked by a bear?
For having left in the first place,
I
which is
wasn't
exactly what. Well,
Actually, I didn't chew you out so much for that at first as for someone casting magic.
that was not myself.
No, it was not.
I
So-
feel like maybe you overestimate what's gonna get you told off.
To be fair, it has not been very consistent.
Okay, that's
Consistency is not, real.
Okay, so you were avoiding getting in trouble by running off into the woods and hiding from us.
No.
That is exactly what you just said.
it kind of was, yeah.
You said us. It was actually just see me.
So if anybody else had showed up, you would have shown yourself?
Possibly.
Ouch.
I tried.
That hurts.
And you're
man.
hiding from
Oh,
her
that hurts.
because...
Sleep, sweet Poe.
It's a
All
long
the panda
story.
hugs.
Great, we've got a whole night.
Yeah, let's go back to the boat.
No,
There's a whole lot of other stories that need to happen too.
we're not doing that all at the boat with a whole bunch of other people.
We're gonna sit here. We're
Wait,
gonna have
a whole bunch of
an
other people?
intervention.
Yeah, the whole crew of the boat's there. They're
Yes.
gonna take us on a ride back to town tomorrow morning, assuming we get there.
How did I miss them?
So you won your bet then.
Oh yeah.
You've
Oh,
been
yeah.
gone for most of the day.
Came back a bit ago.
So you snuck off.
Yes, they were with me
Before
on
they
the way
got
back.
What? Sorry.
No, just.
No, I actually didn't hear you.
Oh. So you snuck off before they showed up.
Well, I went looking specifically for Uncle Castian because I saw he was on the boat.
You didn't do a very good job.
Clearly.
I mean, clearly you could have waited a day or two before we could just, go to town and see him.
How's this spot look for a
So-
campsite?
Nah, it'll do.
So I'm just gonna sit down. So I'll start a fire and then it's story time.
We're not going back to the boat then?
I don't want to discuss our stories in front of a whole crew of a boat that I don't trust.
Are they expecting us?
No. I
Okay.
told them we'd be back if we found you. Because
No.
3 of you ran off into the woods with no explanation and never came back.
Oh, good. I
Yes.
can make soup.
I will apologize for the lack of explanation, but I won't
make soup?
exactly.
I mean, the soup he made when I told him to go cook something because he was being useless was pretty good, actually.
It was. It
Just
reminded me
one
of home.
time fate. Let's see what happens if I roll again.
And I'm going to start a fire and sit expectantly waiting for my story.
What story are we doing?
Oh, Alma says he has a real long story about why he'd be hiding from us. I'd love to hear it.
Keith, can I ask you a favor?
What's that?
Can I replace my proficiency tool of dragon chess set, and can I replace that with cooking utensils? As I have found a new love of something that I could do.
Let me be useful!
I will let you do it between sessions.
Okay.
Fabulous.
But this next roll is going to be interesting. Have you started a fire?
Oh, yeah. Starting a fire goes like this.
That was easy. Took me almost an hour to make the other one.
It helps when you can control the fire.
Oh,
Yes.
true. And I will attempt again, and we'll come back to that.
We will come back to that.
Story time.
Simi and I had a conversation yesterday. Where did you get carrots?
They just grew out of the ground. Apparently, the land is plentiful. You don't have to go to a market.
Did you know things don't grow in markets?
Misu helped him. Probably.
Back in the cave with the giant spiders. When Adrian...
We've already used his name. I really
Have
don't
we?
think there's any. Yes,
Not,
we
not in
have.
front of.
Not in front of Castian.
Yes, we
No,
did.
not-
We did during this conversation.
Whether or not he picks up on that is a different.
But that's fair.
Is a different answer.
Actually, yeah, go ahead and make me that perception check, just to see.
Milo's his nickname.
That's a 6.
Oh no.
Okay. Continue.
When Adrian fell, I moved out as quick as I could to heal him, which I did.
Thank you.
You don't have to thank me.
I really do.
I would do it again in a heartbeat. But I got bitten by one of the spiders. I have never hurt so bad in my life.
I know the feeling.
I'm worried that I might be a coward. I don't know if I could do it again.
Well,
I went to
Wanting
go find
preserve your life
Castian.
doesn't mean you're a coward, Alma.
No.
I went to go find Uncle Castian, and I ran into trouble. After Simi had promised that she'd do her best to intercede for me if something should happen, I didn't want to be seen after having been bit by a bear.
So you're a coward because you don't like pain?
Because I'm worried that next time, I'm going to look at one of you having fallen, and I'm going to remember being bitten by a spider and not be able to do anything about it. I'm going to go on a short walk by the river. I'll stay in sight. I've let you know.
I'm gonna look at Cabbage and be like,
On your way, I just kind of like grab your arm and look at you.
I'll be fine.
When you're ready, we'll be here for you.
Thanks.
We'll talk later.
Do you think it would be alright if I go and tell him a few good words?
I might ask him first.
He might need a
I'd
moment.
give him some time.
Yeah, he needs a moment.
Okay.
Yeah.
If I have words you might want to hear.
You speak in Draconic. All your fancy words.
Nothing like that.
Well, I feel like several of us might have words for him, but I think he needs to be alone for a second.
Yeah.
Okay.
anything you'd like to add to his story?
Honestly, I feel like you did a pretty decent job of summing it up. We talked. I didn't mean to make him feel awkward about the possibility of being seen injured. But I did promise him that I would try my best to always make sure that I kept him safe.
Okay.
And I've been teaching him, well, I started teaching him yesterday, and thankfully he's a much quicker study than me, how to meditate so that the pain wasn't so bad. But that's, he already did a pretty decent job with some of that. And I might need to have a conversation with him too about that not, I don't know. I feel like he understands the intent of it well enough, but I also kind of feel like maybe I should make sure that he understands that, like, doing that in the middle of a fight is not going to make you less injured. It's just gonna, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think I need to clarify that. I'm a pretty smart kid, but he's a kid. He's not a kid, but
He'll always be a kid to me.
yeah, but he's not one.
Yes.
And while I understand that he likes to be able to ask questions openly and not be treated like he's dumb for asking and be over-explained to, I feel like he also deserves to be treated for what he is as well.
Oh, absolutely.
He's a man.
Absolutely.
Just how
Kind
it's-
of hard to look at him as a man when he's like, but
8, 15, which one are you?
13.
8-15? It's a widespread.
Somewhere in there.
Sometimes it's really hard to tell with kids.
That's true.
True.
That's
Yeah.
true. But yeah, I don't think I have anything else useful to add to the story.
Okay. Good to know. Glad he was able to explain it to us. In the future, let's none of us go running off without an explanation.
I was a little busy with a bear and Alma to stop for explanations, but yes, I get the spirit of your request, and I will try to honor it as often as possible.
I didn't see you for like half the day.
I
She was
gestured to you
hiding.
that I. Yeah.
You were working.
You were apparently just very,
Apparently.
very focused, which does not shock me because it's
Fair enough.
Yes.
Okay, well, tomorrow we can ride the boat back to town,
Yeah.
assuming another terrible, earth-shattering something doesn't happen tonight.
That is an assumption.
In which case, we're walking back to town because I'm not fixing that boat twice.
No thanks.
I don't know, getting a cool piece out of it.
Oh boy.
I mean, that's a normal person's like living wage for a week.
True.
True.
So the night passes for you guys. Alma, while you're down by the riverside, make me a perception check real
There's
quick.
another bear.
Giant
Oh.
crocodile in the water and 23.
As you're standing there, just kind of trying to let things wash over you and trying to reclaim your sanity, you start to hear a bit of a gurgling, and the river starts to flow. And ever so slowly over the next hour or so, the flow picks up speed until it is what you remember the river supposed to be.
In
And-
the right direction.
In the correct direction.
Oh, good.
It is seemingly at least back to normal. And I think that is where we are going to leave it for the night, guys. Do you have it? Unless anybody has anything else they
Well,
want
I
to do
was going
tonight,
to roll to see how well the soup turned out.
go for it.
And I'm gonna ask.
It's not bad.
Oh.
21.
21. Actually, as not as good as it was, yes, during the day, but turns out pretty good. Pretty good. And you were going to do...
Yeah, in the morning, I'm gonna ask Mizio. I'm gonna kind of like corner her off to one side.
Before we get to there, as you are making yourself comfortable for the evening,
Uh-oh. He's back.
everyone else make a perception check.
I will have Inger pop out for a moment. I'll
Never
deal with
mind. This might also negate what I was about to do.
21.
21,
Nat 20.
natural 20,
that. 19.
19,
22.
22.
Alma fell asleep by the river, so he's not going to be there.
Uh-oh.
If you hadn't come back, I'd have come. got you.
All
It's
across,
fine.
I'm
Cabbage
within
will drag it.
eyeshot, just by
all,
the river.
all across,
You wake up with my blanket on top of.
all across, all across Simi's back, shoulder to shoulder, there is a very fresh, very dark tattoo of what looks like owl's wings, and the body of it, the tail of it, sort of trails down her backbone. The neck, where the head would be, disappears under her hairline in back. That was not there a couple of nights ago.
Magic.
Did you get a tattoo in the past 2 days we didn't know about?
I feel like if I had taken the time to go and find a tattoo artist to hang
Does she
out
know? Yeah.
So as you're saying this, I am just gonna kind of like. You sure?
I will take Inger out.
I mean-
I'll grab Inger and like a
there.
camera, I will have him snap a picture and then send that picture into her head telepathically.
No, I was gonna ask Mizu in the morning to.
And picture.
And picture.
That's a new thing.
Okay, as long as that's new to you.
Anybody
So she has tattoos now.
anybody got anything? I was
Was that from your conversation last, not this night, but the night before?
Well, I mean, it didn't hurt in those spots. It hurt across the scars. I thought he was talking about the scars because my makeup was flaking off. I was
Well, he's a really good artist.
ask you about.
Who's a really good artist?
Her god buddy.
Oh. Okay.
Ted Nugent.
Oh, mighty Ted Nugent.
What's his bucket?
Zoigan?
Zoigan. Zoigan.
Interesting.
Interesting.
Should I be concerned about this?
I mean,
You want me to identify it?
it's a tattoo.
Can you? Is
Yes.
that a thing that you can do?
Yes, it's a thing I can do.
Well, I mean, I know you can identify like things. It just
You can identify magic on people too.
oh yes, by all means, do the thing. I still don't understand how most of this.
I mean,
works,
I
I'm
can at
sorry.
least know what kind
Think.
of magic it is. Think.
What kind of magic is?
Yeah, to tell me. Yeah, I have no idea what this thing is.
Alright, I will cast Identify.
Does it cover the scars, or at least the visible parts?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, so are there any spells? And,
Oh,
Or-
I've seen what you've done.
or, or I guess, yeah.
It's not a spell
Or
per
was it
se.
created by a spell?
It
By magic?
not
By
not a
magic.
spell, but
Okay, was it created by
definitely by magic.
Okay.
Yes.
What school of magic was it created by?
Probably abjuration.
Well, that depends on what it does. Conjuration, technically.
What's
is
the sound?
The one I'm thinking.
Yeah, it's probably going to be conjuration.
Oh, I know which one you're talking about. Yeah, conjuration.
Yeah, that's why it's.
No. Why the sound? Why?
What? Back rub?
Yep.
Yeah.
With lots of lotion.
Yeah.
So about this point, you're kind of reaching for another bowl of soup from the pot, and there is this flash of black that runs down your arm like ink, and then
What?
zips out to the fire, grabs the bowl, and brings it back to your hand.
What noise does it make?
Not that one.
I am
Can't be that
not gonna make that noise.
Okay.
Suction cup.
And that's where we're gonna leave it for the night.
Magic.
Turn into venom.
Kinda.
Thank you guys for joining us for this evening. We had a really great time. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Super happy to have Nova back with us from where he was overseas. We're happy to have him back at the table and not just as a member of the chat. We're super happy about that.
Sorry I burnt you, Alma.
That's fine.
Just some
He'll
reminders as always.
No.
No, not at all.
Just some reminders as always about the YouTube channel. You can go check out all of our videos there. You can also check us out on our Discord server. It's a good place to keep in touch with all of the announcements that we make throughout the week. If we have to do a scheduled change, it'll be posted there for you guys. Also, a huge thank you to Pan Streams. Again, we didn't play any of their stuff tonight, but we will be trying to work those in a little bit better in future episodes. If you get a chance, go check them out. They're generous enough to provide sound effects and music for Steven
I
free
thought
of
for that you could be
charge.
playing that over your the introduction.
Could be. I will definitely take a look at
You know,
that.
just as you're giving announcements and all that
Yeah.
kind of stuff, just have it gently singing in the background.
I got derailed there. Sorry about that. If there is anything, do be sure to check out the Discord server. We'll put those announcements there. If you're over on the YouTube channel, hit like, subscribe, and press the little bell icon so that you get all of those notifications as well. I think that's going to be it for us tonight. Until next time.
Grab your bats and grab your balls!
And if all you have is a hammer, everything looks like a glass house.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night.